Hey Mooch Crap J-Dubs.
Hey guys, what's going on?
Mooch, Crap, J-Dub.
Hey Mooch, hey Crap, hey J.
What up with your Crap and Mooch and J with?
Wake on up. It's Mooch, it's Crap, and J in the morning. Wipe your eye boogies, get your coffee finished on, and this is Mooch and Crap. Wake up, let us begin with gaming news, skits, and call-ins from all the fans. No matter where you at, Cali or Pakistan, New York or New Guinea, this is where it's at. These are Xbox dudes with Xbox views on slander and hate towards Xbox news. This is Mooch and Crap. Show for the people, and they coming with it. Now do you understand? Now do you get it? Ponies love to lie and PC fans won't admit it, but Xbox hate is real and they all with it. Call in, let it ring in. We here to rock, we here to win. It's about the games, it's about the pride. Now Xbox community, come on, let's rock. Mooch and Crap. Make sure.
Mooch, Crap, J-Dub.
¿Cómo están, bitches?
Hey Mooch and Crap, hey Jay.
Hey Mooch and Crap.
What up, Mooch and Crap and J?
Sup, Mooch and Crap. Sup, J-Dubs.
Hello, Mooch and Crap.
What up, Mooch? What up, Crap?
Hey, what's up, Mooch and Crap? You guys have the best damn podcast on YouTube, bar none.
It's not a tumor. It's time for MNC Mornings.
That's right. Woo! Thank you for the awesome introduction there, Arnold. Great intro by the man himself, live wires, and we are live and happy to be here. Lots of cool stuff to talk about. We have missed a couple weeks, but we are back and ready to rock. Thank you guys for joining us. We've got the man, the myth, the Mooch. Man, Mooch, your mooching skills are like over 1 million.
Hey, I appreciate that crap. I was going to say, are we going to talk about the 800-pound gorilla this morning first and foremost? Got to do a shout-out and say thank you to Avers and Moxie, G4G Media. Honestly, I couldn't thank them enough. They actually wrote to me a long time ago and said, hey, you know, this is kind of a way to pay it forward. And they've always said they wanted to do something. I said, guys, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. But they were just over-the-top gracious. Can't thank them enough. Let me tell you something. The Evil Within 2, if it's even something you're thinking you might want to pick up, you've got to get this game. It is outstanding. Crap, I'm telling you, you guys all know I've been saying, and it's not fair to talk Game of the Year stuff. It's really not fair. We've got the big blockbusters coming out in November, so it's a little premature to say this. But RE7, Resident Evil 7 for me currently is my Game of the Year pick. And right now, I mean, I'm in Chapter 3, and I think this thing goes on for quite some time. This game might take over my RE7 slot, and I don't know if Assassin's Creed can conquer this. It's too early to tell, but it's that good, Crap.
Yeah, I hear good things about it. It looks good. It's chapter based and kind of like the old school Resident Evils, right?
Yes, it's old school Resident Evil, but it's got this new. It's not slow anymore, guys. That was my biggest gripe with Evil Within 1, which I only played very little of. It was just too slow, too damn slow. This has got a much faster pace. They've got a sprint now. It's almost like RE4, but brought up to 2017, which is great.
Yeah. Well, I'm hoping it does good. If anybody wants to, mooch me a copy, I would happily play
Crap
it.
doesn't so politically correct. It's great.
If you want to hook up your boy Crapgamer with it, that would be awesome. The main reason being is that I've already pre-ordered so much stuff already.
Oh yeah.
That. I just don't. I don't really have the cash to do that right now.
Well, I don't blame you, Crap. And I heard you. I think it was on Crossfire. You went through all the things that you have already pre-ordered, and it's pretty like much everything.
Yeah, it's like South Park, Assassin's Creed, Call of Duty, Battlefront 2. It's insane.
It is a bit much.
There's a lot coming out this year, though. Yeah. So, and I also want to get Shadow of War I haven't bought that yet. The only reason why I haven't picked it up yet is because I'm waiting for the X. Like, I already got all this stuff that's going to be so much better on the X, so it's just coming down to the fact that I have to actually wait till the X comes out. So we're getting closer, though. I mean, we're creeping ever closer.
3 weeks?
Yeah, like 3 weeks away. To those that don't know, like, so I had a Samsung KS8000 with HDR and stuff like that, but I'm gonna have the S and the X, and I want the X in my room. And so I had the smaller TV without HDR in my room. So yesterday, after talking to D-Batch a little bit, you guys know D, and he suggested the TCL P series with the 55-inch, which is a huge TV. So I got this TV in my room, and it's like a damn theater screen.
Yes.
And the HDR is phenomenal. I bought Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man Tell No Tales, which is the new one, which is HDR movie as well, and it looks phenomenal. I'd say that for this TV, I think was like $550 or something, 55-inch LED. It's really good, and I'd say it's very comparable to the Samsung KS8000. The HDR might even be a little bit better in my opinion because it's brighter. So there's different modes for the HDR as well. Phenomenal TV. Like I don't know, I might do a review on it because people are looking for a TV. If you're looking for like an HDR, a true HDR TV under like $600, this is it.
Don't forget to specifically link the entire IGN staff.
Yeah, I could, because it's so comparable to that TV, which you can't even get a KS8000 anymore unless you're lucky and like find, what I mean? Like,
well, they're having a hard time in California finding TVs that are, not 10 grand apparently. I don't know.
Yeah, well, yeah, I guess so. I mean,
right?
It's a really weird situation that those people are all like, hey, we can't find any 4K TVs, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but hey, you know what? I'm happy now because now both my rooms will be covered with HDR and stuff, and I think that that's cool because HDR, like as you know, is phenomenal. It makes a lot of difference, and I'm sure it's going to even make more difference when the X comes out. But I've never had a TV that big before. I know a lot of people probably have like 65 or 70-inch TVs or whatever, but I couldn't fit one on there.
Well, it's room appropriate crap. I mean, I do have a 65-inch OLED, but I mean that's only because the room calls for that. If I'd gotten one smaller, you'd kind of have to bring the furniture up closer. So
yeah,
it's just it depends on the room. Everybody's got a different setup.
My room, I couldn't.
Some people game in their bedroom.
That's where I game most of the time. You know what I mean? Like I'll game in there. So I got my I got a big old leather recliner and stuff in my room as well. So it's cool. I can go out and kind of chill and game and have a good time with it. And I think that's what gaming's all about. So I'm very happy with that setup. And, I know people are like, hey, but, it's like maybe they never heard of that brand or whatever. But, man, I trust D, and a lot of other people had good ratings and stuff like that. And so far, since I have both that and the KS8000, I can tell you that in a lot of ways it even outperforms the KS8000. So really good price. A lot of people. I see somebody else on my timeline. I think Dirty J picked one up as well. So I'm very happy with that, man. It's now I just got to get a sound bar for it, so I could be.
Oh,
like,
you know who to talk to? You should talk to Bam.
Yeah, talk to Def Jam Bam. Be like, hey Bam, can I get a sound bar on that? What's really cool because I don't know if you've tried this yet, Mooch, but when you play Gears of War 4, you go into the video options and then you can do a split screen with HDR and non-HDR. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Okay, so next time you go in because you can adjust it. Like you have to adjust it in the game as well, the brightness of the HDR in game and whatnot. So you can do a split screen. So on the left side is HDR, on the right side is non-HDR, and then that's the way you can really tell the difference. It does that right in the game.
That's amazing, first of all, but I will say this much. The HDR is definitely noticeable. I'm glad you told me that there's options, though, because I would like to kind of go in there and dim it down. Some of the HDR I find, like especially the white on the HDR, it kind of, it's so bright it like shoots through the screen and it kind of hits your eyes the wrong way. So I wouldn't mind being able to turn that down a notch.
Yeah, you can turn it up and down just like how you adjust it in the pregame and stuff. Oh, you know what? It's Jay Williams, man. Good morning, man. How you doing?
Oh, wait a second. I'm here too. I forgot I was here.
Jay Williams.
Yeah.
J-Dub.
Hello, everybody.
What's up, buddy?
Yeah.
I'm actually in a really good mood. My wife and my kids actually left for the evening, and they left me to myself. And I actually last night had some time to play some games and watched a movie. I watched that new the new Stephen King, The Dark Tower. I watched The Dark Tower last night. Played some games. I am having a great time, and now M&C, it's the greatest way to end a weekend, really.
Yeah, that is, man. It sounds like yeah. I know you and Mooch played some Destiny the other day. I wasn't.
Yeah, we had me and J Dubs kind of kicked out some Destiny. We had a good time with that. We got to get Jay. Are you up to level 20 yet? When we left, you were 18 or 19.
I am just about at 20. I'm very, very close. I played a little bit by myself last night. I got through one of the areas. Actually, I did it solo, and got a bunch of new gear. And I'm gonna have to talk to you about some of the gear selections of what I should keep, what I should dump, because I'm getting these yellow ones, and I'm thinking, well, the yellow should be better than the blue, but it's got a lower number. I don't know what the hell to do.
Right. Well, I can go over that with you, but remember, the key thing that a lot of people don't understand, they think getting to level 20 is everything. Once you get to 20, you do have to finish the main mission quests, because until then, it doesn't open up the tower, which then opens up many, many more milestones you can complete on a daily basis. So you do want to make sure that you complete the storyline as well. That's equally as important as level 20. But yeah, if you want to run through some of those, Jay, later on, I'm all about it. I'll tell you, that's great. Shout out also to Bam and Noof. We played a bunch of Iron Banner last night and just yucked it up and kind of shooting the breeze until like 2 in the morning, which I can't believe I'm just refreshed for MNC Mornings.
Yeah, exactly. I was surprised because you were up there playing. I saw you playing you were playing Destiny 2 last night at like way late because I was up late. And I was like, huh.
Yeah, I played Evil Within the like midnight crap, and then I said, you know what? I just wasn't ready to kick off yet. I said, you know what? Let me see what's going on. I just started doing some Iron Banana, as Fox calls it. And yeah, no, Iron Banner's it's a lot of fun. There's actually a purpose. You know, you're playing multiplayer. It's fun to be competitive. But at the end of the day, when you're at the end of Iron Banana, you get. I love how she says that all the time. I can't. She's got it engraved in everybody's head. You actually get all kinds of great loot and stuff that's specific to your character for this particular week, so it's very cool.
Yeah, I gotta get you guys to start gaming on J time because you guys play way too late for me.
Yeah, don't tell that to Crap though, Jay.
Yeah, it's way too late for me too. Trust me, unless it's like at that time when I'm not working the next day or whatever.
Well, a lot of people ask me that Crap about you. They're always, "Where's Crap?" I'm like, he games, but he games between 3 p.m. and 7:30 p.m.
I'm the early bird special.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, hey.
Senior Citizen Gaming brought to you by Crapgamer.
Let me get some gaming in. It depends. Like, the later it gets, man, the worse I get at gaming. You know, like it used to be the other way around. I'd game all night, and I'd get better and better. And now it's like I start getting slapped around. You almost get drunk punch while you're playing the games, and it's absolutely insane. You know, it's crazy the way my body is now in my 30s versus 20s. You know, it's incredible. So.
There is a different change of pace there for sure. I don't know what it is, but the only thing is that it's harder for, you know, the other thing about 30s, and you know, again, just like everyone games in different rooms in their house, everybody games at different times depending on their families or their household structure. So like Crap, you know, like you got to get everything done family wise. Everyone's got to be all taken care of. Then we can get to gaming. That leads the clock to get to about 10 p.m. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's just 9, 10 p.m. It's really hard to get on before that. Sundays, yes, you can a little bit, but again, you're doing it in spurts because you're going out, you're grilling, you're getting stuff ready for dinner, and this and that, and blah blah blah. There's a lot of commotion, so you don't really get on to like 9 o'clock. Now, someone like yourself, you have a little bit more you time, which is cool. You get to come home and actually jam out and get serious. Right between the 3 and 5 p.m., which is that's a gamer's dream come true.
Yeah.
Because for the fact that you can be the most wide awake that you can be and enjoy that 3 to 5 like era of any day is just, for me, that's like, we call that hitting the lottery. Okay, over here, us late night gamers.
Yep. I agree 100%. And we got our first call of the morning.
Hey now.
Awesome. MNC Mornings. What's up?
Hey now.
What up?
Yo. What's going on, Mooch? What's going on, Crap? Calling in for the second time here. This is CJ the Taurus. I'm here in Jacksonville, Florida. I actually got 2 questions today. First question is, did you guys see the Digital Foundry breakdown of Gran Turismo and how they kind of sent shots at Forza and some other games about the loot boxes and everything? And they were just kind of like, there's loot boxes in other racing games, but, we're not going to go too far into that. I just felt like that was kind of shady in and of itself because, Gran Turismo doesn't have a lot of stuff, really, to be completely honest with you. So, and then my second question is for Mooch. Man, can you please put down the controller off of Destiny 2? just 2 seconds, man, and go on there and go on your Twitter and let me follow you so I can get one more entry for this Xbox One X. Please, man. Please.
What's your Twitter?
I don't have a profile picture on my Twitter, so maybe that's why you're not, accepting it. But I am CJ the Tar,
yeah.
So
okay,
if you could just go on there and do that for me, that would be greatly appreciated. But it was good to talk to you guys again. First time I called in, Crap had me laughing because he said I sound like I was on a boat. Which, to be honest with you, bro, I probably was. I was preparing for Hurricane Irma, so but I am a crap. I'm sorry, I am a crapaholic.
Woo!
And Mooch, you're getting there, man. I'm trying to, get on board with you too, man. But I just really need you to unlock that follow for me so I can get my Xbox One X, man. But all right, guys, you guys take it easy.
Yeah, I remember
Peace.
him now. It's funny. The reason you said he sounded like he was on a boat, it sounded like he was on when you get on those ferries and you're crossing over to an island when you go on vacation. It sounded like that. He almost stole the seagull fame from our friend Def Jam.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I like that too because he's like, you're getting there, Mooch. You're getting there.
Yeah. Let me see here now, Sir Taz. I'm gonna ask him real quick. He's got to send me his link. Crap, you're botting a bit.
I'm not botting. You're botting.
Oh, are we all botting? That's not good.
No. Am I botting still?
Yes.
Yeah, you're botting a little bit.
Oh, talk amongst yourselves.
I'll talk amongst ourselves here. Sir Taz, while you're in the chat, do me a favor. Just send me your Twitter link, buddy. I'll hook you up. Right now with the Gleam thing we have going on with Xbox One X, we have like 1 million follower requests show up. So for me to go through, it's kind of hard to just pinpoint your Twitter address. But Jay, just getting back to it because the crap will talk a little bit to it, but I'm really enjoying this Halloween era. We're kind of in this theme of games we've got going on, and I've been really enjoying The Evil Within too over the past night. I played about 2 hours of it last night. Can't wait to jump back into it. But it's a game. I love the eeriness of it. It is creeped out beyond belief. There's some whacked out shit happening, and from a sci-fi perspective, I got to tell you, I like the way they're introing this game. They intro it where you and this is no spoilers at all. This happens in the first 10 minutes of the game. You kind of go into the Matrix. Okay, they're calling it STEM. You go in, basically you lay in this thing very similar to like Neo did. You don't get anything injected into the back of your head, but you're in this tube. The tube fills up with that white goop you see from the front of the cover.
Oh,
the
so
album
that's what
art.
the white stuff is all
Yes, and then you go into this dimension, this world where your supposed daughter is, and you have to go get her. Listen, the game, it's sci-fi, right? So you got to take all that with a grain of salt. But when you get past that, this demented world, a lot of things can happen, and you're talking about just some crazy demented stuff going on. Where 1 minute you're outside, you take a left turn, and all of it's very Max Payne-ish. Do you remember the dreams Max Payne had?
Yes,
those demented dreams where he was just like walking on like nerves and like blood like trails, and then you'd make a right turn and you were in the kid's bedroom. And
wow, it's been so long since I played that game. You're bringing back some crazy memories right now. When I used to play Max Payne I actually started playing it on PC, and then when it came out for Xbox after that, I played it on Xbox as well.
Okay, yeah.
How am I sounding now, guys? Am I sounding good?
You're beautiful.
Yeah, you're crystal, buddy. Give me
right,
a good. Give me a chance to also talk to the audience a little bit about Evil Within too, because I got to be honest with you, it's a great damn game, man. I can't stop getting into it.
It looks good. It looks awesome again though. But I've ordered so much, and I'm just a poor guy trying to make it.
I hear you, Crap. Boy, listen to Crap. Yeah. Pretty soon, Crap's gonna cut all the fingers off of his gloves and start playing the violin.
That's what I need to for just $1 a day. You could support
$1 and a dream. Yeah.
So I mean, I get as much as I can, and with the X coming and stuff like that, like I wanted to get another TV. So I'm happy to kind of do that. As the last caller just did. Glad to have a crapaholic sound in and sound like he's not, standing on the ledge somewhere, So it's always good to have the crapaholics in there, just be cheery and stuff, like, hey, it's me, I'm a crapaholic, woo!
Yeah, so true.
It is. Also, if you guys want to Skype in, MC Space Mornings is the way to do that, and Skype lines are open. We do got lots of voicemails as well, but before we get into those, I just want to say something. Like, me and Mooch were live streaming Gears 4 the other night, and I thought this was funny because we were playing we did a private match, and we had 10 people in there, and we were playing what the hell is that game mode? King of the Hill, which is my least favorite game mode. I'm the worst at it. And Mooch was whining the whole time about how the teams were uneven.
It's terrible.
Mooch wanted, he's like you already had the equivalent of Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen, but you wanted like Kobe and Shaq on your team as well.
Well, yeah, that's fine, but you had the 1986 Dream Team, okay? I might have had, okay? And you know, it's funny. Crap was actually like, he's saying that I'm the kid. I think you remember when you used to pick teams where you're playing pick up football, pick up basketball, I don't care what it was, and like your team wins and you won by a healthy amount, and then one person's like, all right, let's switch your teams up, and someone's like, no, we're not switching teams up, teams are fine, what's wrong with the teams? And then, that was Crap. Crap was like, no, the teams are great. What are you talking about? What do you mean? We only won by like what? 50? That's nothing. 50's nothing. What do you mean 50's nothing? Like, wait a minute.
Well, no, you know what? We won the first one we won by a good amount, but then more people came in. And once you had like Noof and stuff, I was like, oh, okay. And then the second one was very close.
Well, I mean, I'll tell you, you made some good points there, and we made a valiant effort. I mean, everybody was dialed in for that game, but we still lost, which means the teams should have been divvied up differently.
Well, yeah, but how are you going to divvy it up? Because you already had some really good players in your team, because Turks is really good. And who else did you have? You had somebody. I know I had Goku, and that dude is
Goku is a beast, man.
Yeah, he's a
beast.
Yeah, but you had Turks. That guy's a beast too.
Turk is good, but see, the thing about Turk is, and Turk will admit this, he said it first and foremost, he is very good, but he plays Horde, dude. When I say Horde, he has every achievement, period, that deals with Horde mode on Gears of War 4. Like that. So when you look at his rank and his score, don't forget, you still rank up accordingly through Horde mode. You know what I'm saying, Crap? So it's not like you can be fooled and be like, no, look at, he's maxed out. He is maxed out, but he also has played endless hours of Horde mode. He doesn't play much multiplayer.
Yeah, he was still, I mean, he was backing me around. Noof was actually out there doing a good job too. He was, you know, rocking it. So man, yeah, Noof was doing an awesome job. It was just good fun, man. I wanted to play later, but I had to work early, so it was like I had to get my ass up and kind of head out to work. But yeah, so that's a good time. We'll probably be doing some streaming, probably Gears or whatever else. We couldn't find anybody to do Friday the 13th on Friday the 13th. So yeah, weird thing. But before we get into some voicemails, hit that like button because we appreciate you guys. And it shows that you guys appreciate us. J-Dubs, who we got on deck?
We've got our favorite Ninja Turtle.
Oh, Raphael, who coincidentally is my favorite Ninja Turtle.
Hello, Mooch, Crap, J-Dubs. It's your favorite Ninja Turtle again, Raphael. And this week I thought I would ask you a more fun question, you know, with all the media bias questions and the angry, oh my god, the ponies are rising questions. I thought maybe something more fun. So, Crap, Mooch, what TV show would you like to be made into a great video game? Personally, I would like Supernatural to be made into a video game. Why? Because it will work just like The Witcher. Regardless of which one of the two brothers you pick, you can go find monsters, or you could, you know, switch between the two of them. You could go find monsters to hunt, figure out what their weaknesses are, investigate on it. I mean, those side quests in The Witcher were, wow, they were even better than the main story oftentimes. And of course, there will be a main story, a meta plot, so to speak, to go through. But I think it will be amazing. So, which one would you like to see made into a great video game? And Mooch, I swear to God, if you say Game of Thrones, I'm going to pull seniority and take your Italian card away from you, okay? So no Game of Thrones. And guys, have a great Sunday.
All right, I won't say Game of Thrones, but he's not going to like my answer because they tried this, okay? Telltale did it, and they actually had another company do it, but they did it piss poor like they do everything with movies and TV shows all the time. I'd like to see an honest-to-God, true nitty-gritty, kind of like a Days Gone meets Dead Island, okay, meets The Last of Us, but true gritty The Walking Dead. I would like a true Walking Dead. There's no reason the Walking Dead game that came out years ago had to be the ridiculous trash that they gave us. We're like, you're Daryl, and go out there and find some batteries. What? Come on, man. I've been watching 7 years of this show. They're not just walking around looking for batteries. Can we do something? You know what I mean? Like, there's so much.
Get some batteries.
Go out there, Daryl. Get me some batteries.
Get some batteries. Hey, Merle. Watch my back, Merle.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Come on. Why can't I get a real, like, listen, Dead Island, loved it. Played the shit out of it. Last of Us, loved it. Days Gone, I'm going to get it. I like that genre. Why can't we have a nitty-gritty true? We've got a story. Listen, there's 100+ comics already written for The Walking Dead. There's 7 seasons where some of them they took off a little bit from the comic and went in another direction. Everything's written for you already. We just need a true AAA team to take the license and do something with it. It's like, take the license and do something with it. And we never get that. You can take the time with it too. Because crap, if they came out with a Walking Dead game that was legit, okay, 3 years from now, the show might even be off the air by then, but people will be hungry to get back into the genre. So yeah. I don't see why they wouldn't spend the money and the time on something like that. I mean, that's just me personally.
If you think about it, I think the best way to do that, if they were to do a really gritty Walking Dead, would be to do it like Left 4 Dead, because Left 4 Dead is like episodes, if you know what I mean. Like, it's like a show. You're playing each episode is like a show.
That's fine.
But they should do it like that, where you get maybe 6 people play co-op, and you can play all the different characters that are in the the main characters. Maybe you can switch them up. Wouldn't it be cool to actually be like Megan next to Rick, playing co-op together? That'd be kind of neat.
Yeah, I agree. I think Hellhammer actually has that one game where you're Merle and what's his name, and the Telltale ones are pretty good. Yeah, Daryl. The Telltale ones are pretty good. I actually like those, so I'm not really going to complain too much about those because I think they're pretty good.
I mean, they're good, but they're like walking simulators with a little bit of action.
Yeah, somebody. Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say we could do a podcast with Cletus, you being Daryl, and I'll be Merle. Wouldn't that be a great?
Get the flashlight. We need that. Hey. Yeah,
batteries, Merle.
Get your batteries.
Get those batteries.
Yeah, that was made by Activision. It was like, and it looked horrible. They used like the Call of Duty 4
so
engine
bad.
or something.
Yeah, so bad.
Yeah, it was really bad. Somebody in the chat mentioned that the guy that called in had mentioned about the loot crates or whatever, and how they maybe took shots at Forza. You know what's funny? I don't see how anybody can play Gran Turismo Sport and then take any kind of shots at Forza, for the simple fact that, these are racing games, and that Gran Turismo Sport doesn't really have a single player campaign experience, doesn't have hardly any cars, it doesn't have anything. It's limited. They should call it the limited edition, and you couldn't sue them for false advertising because damn right it's limited,
Right.
It just is. It's completely limited in what it offers. The cars look like they're plastic Matchbox cars. The environments look bland and terrible. The physics are horrible. It's big bumping. The Burger King game had better physics. It's just awful. I can't say enough bad things about GT Sport. Horrible game. I'd be surprised if that game scores above a 75, to be honest with you, Metacritic. So.
Oh, don't be surprised, crap. Don't be surprised. Remember who their big brother is.
Yeah, I do, but still, man, I'm just telling you that game. There's no way that game should be anything. I played it, man. It's not great. It's not great. So, MNC Mornings. What's up?
Hey, Mooch Crap. This is Mr. Josiah's one first-time caller. Enjoy your show. Yeah, help me go through work, listen to each one of your broadcasts. I just want to see, actually, a question, like, with the first time you seen HGR, what was the first thing that's going through your mind? Because yesterday when I was playing Shadow of Mordor, it's the first time where I actually seen the difference in HDR, where I had my TV for a good 3 months, but I never sat down and really seen the difference until yesterday, where I turn it off and I turn it right back on, and the HDR was just right there. So I guess my real question is, when you first saw HDR, what was the first thing that came through your mind? All right, thank you.
Crap. Oh, go ahead, buddy.
First thing that came to my mind was, man, that's a game changer right there. I just thought that, I thought that would probably sell more people than even like 4K. It's phenomenal. And Xbox really has the true version of that. I hate to get into a whole semantics thing, but if you talk to the Don or any of these developers that are in the know, they'll tell you exactly what's going on with that.
Developers.
Jay was on the ball.
Developers.
Oh man, I love that one.
My thing with it, though, to be honest with you, HDR crap, I think it's a game changer. I think it's something that I think it needs to be tweaked a little bit. It seems like right now, and it's too early to tell, there's like a handful of games utilizing it. First of all, in the PS4 Pro, when I have that playing, the HDR is apparently present in Lost Legacy. I didn't notice much of a difference. I played about half a Lost Legacy without it because I had my PSVR hooked up.
Yeah, I didn't play it. I'm not playing that with HDR because I got my PSVR hit up.
Yeah,
if you got PSVR hooked up, there's no pass through, so it doesn't get HDR unless you buy the new.
Unless you buy the new one for $500, which no, sorry, Sony. But you know the thing about it is that I think HDR is fine, but I think it needs some fine tuning, and maybe that's just something we'll see come this fall. But right now, when I play Gears in HDR, like I said, there's some of the colors are like whacked out, like they're way too much. You know what I mean? I don't know if you guys noticed that or not. It just seems like you ever see any of those sidewalk like drawings that are 3D, and sometimes you see some of those reds and whites that really pop out of that art. This art is like popping out, and I mean, some of it's beautiful, and some of it seems over the top, like just brightness. So maybe that's a me problem, but and I'll go and tweak it and play with it in the.
That, my friend, is a you problem.
It certainly is, Mooch.
Mooch agrees with Mooch, of course.
Yes. God, I love
Mooch.
myself. Yeah. But, you know, I don't know. Whatever you guys think, I think HDR is a game changer for sure. I will say this, though, Crap. I don't just think. I think I know, and I think you'll both agree with me. The 4K textures, lighting, and draw distance we're going to see are going to even trump the HDR colors. I think we're in for a real treat. I mean,
games that are built with it from the ground up look much better, right? I'm just going to be honest. Like, that's
true.
That's just the honest truth. Like, some of the games that have it patched in or whatever don't look nearly as good. But the ones that have
Gears was built with it, right?
What's that? Yeah, Gears is built with it.
Yes.
Forza Horizon 3 is built with it.
Correct.
But some of them, like Battlefield 1, that game wasn't built with it in. So, you know, obviously there's going to be a little bit of, it's not going to look as good or whatever.
Right.
But yeah, like I said, Gears has that split screen, so you can see clearly. Like, look at Fire. Like, that's what I was doing. I was like looking at Fire and then split it down the middle. And you can kind of see how it is, man. It's awesome.
I'm excited for those textures on things like fire and smoke, to see the crackling on the end of the fire and the smoke kind of drifting off. Those are the things that are going to be, and they showed that on Rise of the Tomb Raider, Crap. Like, these are things that are going to look amazing. And I think HDR only adds to it. You know what I mean? It adds to it. It's kind of like when you go out to a fancy restaurant, right? If the food is fantastic, but they give it to you in terrible, like, dishware, like, it kind of sucks. You know what I mean? When you go out to those 5-star restaurants or these white glove service things, when you go to these things, you have these amazing, like, plates. You don't see these things anywhere else. The plates are ridiculous, but it adds to the ambiance. I think the color that comes off of HDR is that pop. It's that finish. It's that finishing touch. But really, you take a game, and I know I'm picking on Destiny, but when you have Destiny, you throw some of your grenades. Sometimes some of those things that like kind of like flare out and then they kind of look like fireworks, where they just pop, 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 pop. When they do that and you see that lighting effect kind of crack off on the end, that's what I'm waiting to see. What happens with the 4K textures? That's what I'm really, really antsy for this holiday season.
Well, did you see? I don't know if you saw this. Digital Foundry did the they did the Shadow of War comparison, right? And they really were like, this is the biggest. They were like, the Pro, all it did was up the resolution. It didn't do anything. It's really getting skunked by the Xbox One X version because of the texture quality.
Right.
Like, wow. Like, when you see that kind of stuff, you are just kind of blown away. And that's when you realize, if you're a Sony fan, we're in the shit. You
guys, just a note to everybody too, because I've had a few people in the industry write me. I've been talking to them back and forth in the DMs, and everybody's got anyone who's going to get an Xbox One X review unit has it currently. So they have them, they're using them. And so when you see a lot of people talking in the near future, like, they're going to be talking because they're actually playing on it and they're reviewing off of it. So the embargo lifts, I believe, November 1. And for people to start discussing Xbox One X. And it is a big deal, folks. It's a big deal.
It is.
And don't think this is like, well, how do they know? They don't even have a unit. If you see people like Digital Foundry, they have a unit plugged in right now. They're playing on an Xbox One X.
Hey, shout out to Great Skull Zero on Xbox Live. He sent me the link to this article from Digital Foundry and the quote, right? PS4 Pro's in-game textures desperately needed an upgrade to suit its resolution boost. The highly variable asset quality is a concern. It may be the biggest gulf we've seen between Pro and the X to date. Ouch.
Wow.
I mean, that is...
Jay is on fire today.
Jay is on fire, man. Usually Jay's like daydreaming or something, man, but he's like...
Jay is on fuego. Yeah. Nice.
He's doing an absolutely fantastic job. Hey, hit that like button. Let's get over 200 likes. Come on, we got like 400 people watching. We can't get 200 likes. Let's rectify that, shall we? And you know what? We've got all these voicemails, and we've handled one.
Yeah, we should
So-
get to some more voicemails, J-Dubs, if you don't mind.
Yeah, let's do a voicemail.
Sir, we have Jay Yoon. He's a first-time caller, I believe. He's on deck.
All right.
Hey, Mooch and Crap. This is JYoon01 Gamertag Xbox Live. Wanted to get your opinion. Have a PS4 Pro. Enjoy some of the games. I also got the adapter where I can actually use my Elite One controller on there, which is awesome, because that's what it's really about, is the controller. But my Xbox One S was damaged, so I haven't been able to play a lot of the games that I'd like to. So on the PS4 Pro, I've been playing Destiny 2, got that leveled up. Been hearing all the comments from Mooch. Thank you. But my question to you guys is, do you think I need to go ahead and trade in my PS4 Pro and add that towards my Xbox One X?
Yes.
Or should I go ahead and keep the PS4 Pro and then, of course, include the Xbox One X? So let me know. Great show, guys, as always. Thank you again for taking my call, and have a great and wonderful weekend. Bye-bye.
Well, Crap, listen, here's the thing.
He absolutely should.
If he said it was one or the other, I agree with you. But if he's leaving open the option to have both, it's not fair. We all have both. He should have both. I think you should keep it. I mean, listen, 2018 is not going to be a bad year to have a PS4. You've got
Mooch sticking up for the PS4, man.
Let's call a spade a spade. Crap.
Hey, Mooch, you coming around?
I'm not coming around. No.
I'm not coming around either, because I tell you what, God of War and Spider-Man, I don't know if that's enough to get me to make me a happy PS4 owner.
What about Days Gone doesn't interest you?
No, not at all. I probably won't even get
those
that,
are the only three games that I'm really looking forward to next.
I'll get Spider-Man.
See, Spider-Man's the one I could give a shit about. I know, God forbid, you say anything about Spider-Man and Star Wars, all of a sudden, you're putting sci-fi time out. I don't know. Listen, to me personally, Spider-Man, you're going to swing around, you're going to land on a rooftop, you're going to do a couple of quick time events, you're going to see a really cool action sequence, and then, I don't know, myself personally, I'll just watch the movie and save $60. I don't know what this whole everybody puts a Spider-Man logo on stuff, Star Wars logo on stuff, and people just buy it and they're like, well, it's okay, it's Spider-Man, Spider-Man. No, I don't know. I haven't. There's yet to be a good Spider-Man video game out. So, they're batting 1,000, sarcastically.
That's not true. There were some early Spider-Mans. I remember playing Spider-Man, the movie game on PS2. And that was
PS2
a pretty
years. Good, yeah.
That was a pretty good one, where he was wearing kind of the pajama outfit at first.
Yeah,
or whatever.
I know what you mean, and it wasn't that it was bad, but Crap, remember what it was going against back then, right?
Yeah, I remember.
Lara Croft looked like a polygon of Star Fox.
Yeah, there was a Dreamcast Spider-Man game too that was based off the cartoon that was actually pretty damn good too. So, MNC Mornings, what's up?
Hey now.
Okay, Jay. ¿Cómo está, bitches? Hey, Mooch, Crap. Big shout out to Jay. Just quickly going to go over the HDR thing that you guys were just talking about. One thing I would advise is do not play any of your online games in HDR, because you're just going to be at a terrible disadvantage. Just going to have horrendous input lag. Play your single players on HDR, that's fine, but not when you're playing online. The other thing, I watched the video that Crap did on GT Sport, and I played the demo myself. There were some things I liked about it and other certain things which I didn't. I mean, the cars felt a little bit floaty on the track. The environments were not very good, as Crap pointed out. But one reason why I haven't bought Forza Motorsport 7 yet is I read about, it's got loads of content, I get that, but I've read about the online multiplayer and it ain't very good. And why Turn 10 keep doing this, I do not know. I'm going to hold off on Forza, even for the X, until they sort this online multiplayer out, because I don't fancy going into a race with people online and, come to the first corner and get absolutely whacked off the track just because there's some idiot behind you who can't be bothered to learn racing etiquette. And that's one thing about what GT Sport does better on the online side. You got to give them credit for this. They've copied the iRacing model, And I'm afraid Turn 10 haven't done anything on the multiplayer for ages. So I'm holding off on Forza 7, which is a shame, really. I was going to get it, but I read some of the reviews, and I'm not very happy about the online portion of it. So I just want to know what your thoughts are on those points, guys. And like I said, comment and start, bitches! Happy days.
Well, the online stuff, I've only played, I think, a couple of online matches on there, and it just seems like online to me. I don't know. Like there's more players on the online on Xbox, on Forza 7. So it's hard saying. And as for GT, it could have the best online in the world, and it handles like crap. So you know what I mean? That's not going to be for me because it skates. Everybody that that's what he's talking about. It's like that skating kind of effect, and it's not anything to do with any kind of tricks or anything like that. You drive, and it feels like you're ice skating. You know, it's like you're just kind of gliding along on the roads, and it's weird. It's not a good experience.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to come around crap on Forza 7. You know what I mean? Like I'm having a hard time, but Alan helped me come around on Friday on what was it there on Crossfire, and he really talked me into it, man. I mean, so listen, here's my thing with Forza. I don't think Forza 7 is going to be something I'm actually playing day one when the X comes out, because guys, we talk about this in crap with your huge list of pre-ordered games, and things like The Evil Within and all this, Wolfenstein 2, and like the list just doesn't end. Mario Odyssey, and I know nobody's gonna want to put down their X to play Mario, which is why I'm gonna play Mario from October 27th till November 7th, like straight. Like I'm putting everything else down and playing Mario because crap, as well as I know, right? Multiplayer, all the shit we're gonna go into. I'm not putting the X down. Back to Mario, so I'm going to give Mario my undivided attention because I am excited for Mario Odyssey. It got a perfect
score from Edge or whatever that is.
Listen, you know what? I hate to say anything's perfect, but I didn't even play it. I bet you I would give it a perfect score.
Oh, of course.
It looks fantastic.
Mario. Come on,
yeah. And it's Mario with a twist, right?
Yeah, I know Hellheimer is jealous because he doesn't have a Switch yet, so I'm going to be getting that Mario, and he's going to be like, damn.
He'll probably snag your Switch while you're at work.
I know, probably,
but is Hellhammer.
He is. He is. He manages to he mooches more than anybody.
Yes, he's up there. Yes, I understand. No, I gave him a degree back in, I told him 2009. He got a degree from Mooch U.
He mooches everything. Like that's me and him game share, and he bought Super Lucky's Tale, but everything else so far has been interesting stuff. Although last year he did buy a few, so I mean,
we do have a call. We're keeping this guy on hold like he's on a Jerry Lewis telephone.
MC Mornings, what's up? Yes. What's up?
Hey now.
Howdy. Hey. ¿Cómo estás? Mochi mochi. Hello.
Hey now.
Greetings. Hello.
I think we lost him.
Oh,
I think he was on hold too long. He got frustrated with you guys, like your guys are a call center or something.
You kept him on hold too long, Mooch. How dare you? Dang it.
I have a tendency to ramble, folks, don't I?
Yeah, no, it's all good, man. Hey, let's go ahead and do a voicemail while we're waiting.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we have Goldline X23 on deck.
Well, he's a good call-in.
Hello, Mooch. Hello, Crap. Hello, J-Dubs. It's Goldline X23. Just want to make a comment, man. Have you noticed how the media and little bloggers and other PlayStation YouTubers are bitching about the Rise of the Tomb Raider on the Xbox One X?
Mm-hmm.
Digital Foundry even said it wasn't fully optimized yet, but yet they're still on, oh, it's dropping frame rates, it's dropping this. They just need to shut the fuck up and just know that the X is like a month out and just go from there. But anyway, look, great show, guys. Keep up the good work. See ya.
Well, I've actually liked the representation and the way that they've been showing Rise of the Tomb Raider on Digital Foundry. They've really been very clear, I think. That's the thing, Crap. We talk about all these new games. We're not talking about the games we've got to go back and play.
Yeah.
And one of the games I have to play is Rise of the Tomb Raider again. I really do.
I have the DLC to play through on that, so I'll be happy to kind of.
Don't you need to finish Rise of the Tomb Raider, Mooch?
That is true. Yes, I've only gotten the third.
Time?
I didn't play it. I didn't play it all the way. I bought it day one. I for some reason. Listen, here's the thing. I want to use the word, and I have to be careful how I say this. I'm kind of a completionist to a certain extent. Does that mean that I 1,000 every game? Absolutely not. But I try as I move through the world to get as many of the objects, get as many of the side quests and this and that, That game just kind of overtook me. There was the tombs. There was all of the collectibles. There's, of course, the main story game. There's a couple of side missions. There's just so much going on in that. And then I was just doing some other, I can't remember that year, what else launched around that time. That came out in holiday November. And I believe we had a couple of great other titles that came out, multiplayer-esque. And I just kind of focused on those. I don't remember if that was Halo 5 year or if that was, I can't remember. But nonetheless, my point being is that I kind of got overtaken by other games. So with me trying to go through these worlds that they had, and it's shame on me. I mean, it is. It's shame on me. That's why I'm saying when this thing is getting the X treatment, I'm looking forward to getting back into Rise of the Tomb Raider. So you're talking about Wolfenstein 2, Wolfenstein 2. A lot of people say, am I trolling? No, I just say Wolfenstein. I don't know why.
Wolfenstein.
I know it's Wolfenstein. But like I said, there's Bernsteins out there, right? They're not Bernsteins. But, you know, it is what it is.
Well, that's great crap, but I'm not coming around.
Mooch has got a point, okay?
Mooch has got a point.
Will somebody listen to Mooch for once?
Yeah, come on.
Yes, I'm a big fan of myself. But you know what I mean, crap? I mean, there's just so many games coming out. And then we've got that. I want to play Doom again. Now, Doom, Jay, I did play through, okay? And I played it immensely.
I'm halfway through on that. And, you know, I'm looking forward to the X upgrade of that, so...
Yes. You see what I'm saying? Crap, we're at a 10 game here. I can't speak for everybody, but a lot of us are working 40, 50, 60 hours a week, you know? And I mean, that doesn't, we haven't even gotten to PUBG. Shout out to Mike Ibarra is in the chat. Mike's a huge fan. I've been writing to Mike. I said, Mike, save me one of those chicken dinners this fall, will you? You know, I want to get into it. I that's a game that but that's dedication and time. I think if you want to be good at PUBG, okay, you can pick it up and put it down anytime you want. That's what's great about the game. That's the lure to me. But if you want to be good at it, you've got to put some serious time into it. 1 versus 100, you can't just drop down there and be like, you know, I occasionally pick the game up once every 2 weeks. You're not going to do very well. So you got to play the game. You got to kind of get to know the terrain. You've got to make your allies. I just think it's a great game. But the thing about it is you're talking about time here, folks, and that's what's of the essence.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
Yeah.
Hey, and now that we got a call, let's not make them wait. MNC Mornings, where there's a no-minute wait. What's up?
Hi, Merchant Crap. This is Fury 1386. It's been a while since my last call. Hope you guys are doing well. So my question is that the spring lineup of Xbox games is the State of Decay 2, Sea of Thieves, and Crackdown. What game do you think is going to get delayed? As always, thanks for all the work you do, and I'm out. Bye.
See if these will get delayed.
You know, we talked about this on Friday, and it was a great roundtable discussion. I guess if I had to pick one, I would say Sea of Thieves.
That game has, the reason why is not because I want it to get delayed.
No.
I think it's a great game, but that game has to launch with content and content ready to go. Or you know what I mean? Like you have to have content going because they're going for a Destiny type of thing where you're with your friends, shared experience or whatever, loot drops and all this kind of stuff. So you need stuff to do to keep people busy.
And it's a very, very ambitious game.
It is. It's in fact, it's that's one of the things. It reminds me a bit of the hell was you got
That's
some kind of
J-Dubs' dog.
That was my dog Shay.
Maybe you were like a tambourine or something about to start a band or something. I don't know.
I wouldn't have minded a tambourine. There hasn't been a good tambourine since Davy Jones of the Monkees.
What do you have against tambourines?
Liam Gallagher from Oasis can play that tambourine. Man.
Yes, he can. Something about the Brits, they really got the tambourine down.
They do.
We never picked that up here in the States.
Phenomenal. I love how we just banter back and forth about tambourine playing. So like that game, it sort of reminds me of how ambitious Fable Legends was, but I think it's going to be a different situation.
Well, crap, allow me to come to Sea of Thieves' defense, and shout out to Livewire.
Rare.
Yes, very rare event here, folks. Please take a seat while I do this. I don't want anyone to faint. No, realistically, I said to Livewire last night, we were jamming out, and he said, Mooch, what's your thing with Sea of Thieves? I said, I've been in the alpha, played it. I'm not seeing a lot of substance. I'm just seeing very, very. He goes, they can't put the substance in yet. And I said, well, what do you mean? What is that? He goes, Mooch, you know the way it is. Even any beta, it doesn't matter if it's Destiny or any of these betas. The minute you put any kind of actual task or mission or anything like that, people are going to go grind the shit out of it for and they're going to get to level 30 and blah, blah. They're not ready to release that information yet. So really what you are playing in is this massive sandbox, right? So they've just given you the sandbox to kind of roam around, They're testing to make sure that many people can be in this world, if the world kind of functions and works. But we're not going to get a true, what I would call beta, until later on. And and you know what? That's okay. And that makes sense. So shout out to Live for actually putting 1 and 1 together. Where I was like, come on, give us a little more in this alpha. But that's not the intention of the alpha, I think. So, Sea of Thieves is a big question mark for me. I think it's got tremendous potential, but it's going to need the Xbox community support.
It is. I think it's going to be the next GTA Online, to be honest with you, something along those lines. I really think it's going to be.
Well, if it's that big, crap, that's what keeps
Microsoft
GTA afloat.
Huge, if they do that, then that would be what Rare does for the next foreseeable future, is work on content for that.
Agreed.
MNC Mornings, no minute wait. What's up?
Yes. Hey now.
Hey, Mooch and Crap and J-Dubs. How you doing on this fine evening? This is Yahweh with you from Xbox Live. I just got one simple question for you today. When do you think Microsoft will start phasing out the S and making the X their main console? That's all I want to know.
That's a
Thank
great
you.
question.
Bye.
Great question. It's funny because, and I wish Mike would be able to call in. I actually wouldn't mind asking him. I know that, from a certain standpoint, you want to have the Xbox One. Crap, we talked about this on Crossfire too. The Xbox One family of devices, right? You don't want to just have Xbox One X. This is not a bad idea to have a bunch of devices that all kind of work together seamlessly. And I'll give you an example, crap earmuffs, but the iPhone, okay? iOS 11 just came out a week or two ago. And when it was released, or maybe it was 3 weeks, I wait because whenever I get the new hardware, I don't put the iOS, I don't put the new software onto my old phone. It's just, there's no need. But my point being is that the phones, I have a 6 right now. A 6, I could put the iOS 11 on there. It works seamlessly.
Yeah.
The point being is that's what Microsoft, I think, is trying to do here with consoles. They're saying, listen, we are not going to leave you behind. However, the call-in, which I don't know if I said his name right, but
isn't it? Yeah, we or something?
Yeah, we. I think he'll get the point. I mean, the thing about it is this. I think eventually, right, you've got to move forward. And that means that you have to make the X the dominant brand, meaning like we've now recognized that majority of gamers are using the X, and the S is there, it'll work, but maybe to be missing a few things, in the future. This is not going to happen on November 7th, folks, okay?
No.
Everybody relax.
I have a little bit of a different take, maybe kind of the same, but actually I think that what's going to happen is much like the phones, since Microsoft doesn't want to do generations anymore, so the S will probably be phased out when the next Xbox after the X comes out, right? So whatever that is. I actually, somebody asked me on Xbox Live, they said, should I get the X or should I wait for the Xbox 2? I says, dude, I have a feeling that that's at least 4 years out, and so I think in 4 years time, when they have something that's more powerful than the X, then the X will go into the S's spot.
Correct.
And you know what I mean? Like
Correct.
That's how it'll slowly kind of fade. But I still think you're going to get plenty of years out of it. I'm like, if you just got an S, don't freak out, because they're going to support these things for a long time.
Yeah, you'll have the S for another 4 or 5 years of mainstream support. Then you'll start to see it kind of wither away slowly but surely.
Yeah.
That's the way it is, people. I mean,
exactly.
Listen, every one of these podcasts, not ours, any of them, I don't care, any tech podcast, people are talking about the new TVs they picked up.
Yeah.
New monitors, the new Elgatos, the new this, the new mouse, the new Logitech keyboard. My point being is, you can't tell me that you went and bought a $110 or $150 Logitech keyboard that's the latest and greatest in gaming. And pardon me for not knowing my keyboards correctly. I don't game on PC. But, and then all of a sudden,
just assuming those are good.
Right.
Have they already discontinued the FATs? The Xbox FAT?
Dude, they discontinued those
yeah.
when the S's came out. Just there was a lot of them left over.
Yeah, but the thing about that, Jay, and that's a design. That's a physical design that they got rid of. But the Xbox One Fat, if you will, or the Day One edition, still does what the S does. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it doesn't do HDR or anything.
Just HDR.
Just like the launch PS4s, those are discontinued. They don't make those anymore. It's the Slim and the Pro.
That's right.
That's just how these things go. But that doesn't mean that the original PS4 doesn't work. In fact, Hellheimer's using my old one, and it does like the fake HDR and stuff like that. So
yes,
Shout
out to a couple people in the chat. Jez Cordon's here. Jez just celebrated his birthday. Happy birthday, Jez.
I sent him a good happy birthday pic.
It was wonderful.
Yes, he sees dead people. That's I can't let that joke go. I remember the first time he was on, I think, Crossfire, and he was doing like a cam thing, and he looked a lot like the guy. So
He did a little bit. Yeah, the resemblance was there, and it's a compliment, Jazz. It is a compliment.
It is 100% a compliment. So
the man does very well in Hollywood. Myself personally, the way that he looked, if you saw, Jazz actually had a picture up of what he looked like way back when he was younger, and to me, he looked like the X-Men. What was it there? I can't remember. But the younger Professor X, the guy who was also in like Wanted.
Oh, okay, yeah,
yes,
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So he actually looked like that gentleman in Hollywood beforehand.
James McAvoy.
Thank you.
Yeah,
that is it. James McAvoy. Yes. That's who I thought he looked like from his youth days. He used to have some earlier shots up for Windows Central of his youth pictures. So, Jez, anyway, shout out to you, buddy. You do so much for the Xbox community. We can't thank you enough. You've been a great sound bit for us. Like all of us that can't get out there and be reached by some of the corporates and this and that. You've done a great job of representing us. So thank you, Jez.
Absolutely. Good job. The man, the myth, Jez. Let's go ahead and get another voicemail since we're got a million of them. So we got.
Yeah, we really should.
Vodka vodka.
Hey, Mooch, Crap, JB. This is Dr. Vodka, Destiny's Trip Mind Genius. I was wondering, with the current monetary issue going on with content creation on YouTube, why doesn't Microsoft seize the opportunity and allow content to be uploaded to Mixer? PlayStation 4 can directly upload onto YouTube and has flooded most of my feed with PlayStation users. Allow Xbox to have a platform of its own that will bypass all the bugs that are occurring with this YouTube app we're currently facing and bypass it all entirely. I was just wondering your thoughts on that. Also, Mooch, you need to have a Destiny podcast because Fireteam Chat is full of noobs and Destiny Community Podcast is just a PlayStation commercial. Why don't you think about that? You guys take it easy.
No, I appreciate that. You know, he's not the first one to tell me that. I get a lot of people that write actually on Xbox Live, which means a lot.
Yeah.
You know, not that Twitter or YouTube isn't great, but on Xbox Live, all the messages I have, I mean, I get them. I mean, and it's just, it is what it is. I mean, 20, 30, 40 a day sometimes. People are like, hey, Mooch, what's up? Some people are saying, Mooch, do the Destiny podcast for Xbox.
Yeah.
And you said it even, and you're not even a Destiny fan.
Yeah, when the X comes out,
yes,
what you could do is little 5-minute videos or whatever of, you know, some people like, here's where Xur is, or here's how you do this. And you know what I mean? Like just little like Destiny videos, and those could pick up.
And that's fine, Crap. But you know, the thing about it is, and you guys all know this in the chat, you guys who know me, guys who've known me for years, I mean, I don't really do this for the you know, a lot of people do here's Xur. People do that because they want the clicks and the views. Like I'm not, if I'm going to do something with Destiny, I actually wouldn't mind doing a weekly reset show and kind of going over everything we did the last week, what's coming up, and just make it a 45-minute show. And yes, we can go over some of the things like Xur and this and that. But like, there's people who are like, hey, tune into my channel on Friday for 5 minutes when I show you where Xur is. And it's like, what? Well, I mean, people click on it. I mean, heck, I click on it sometimes because I'm like, I'm not going to scavenge around looking for him. So I click on it. The guy gets a view. He ends up with like 20,000 views. Yeah. And it's just a location find. You know what I mean? He's nothing more than a Google Maps for Destiny.
Yeah.
You know, it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, you know, what's funny is there's people like Alan, right? Like he was on Crossfire. Like
yes.
if you specialize in a certain thing, like Halo or Destiny or Forza, you can like those YouTubers get huge. You know what I mean? Specialize in a certain thing. You know, I don't know, maybe something to think about, but I think that would be cool, and you're talented enough to do something like that.
Well, sure. I appreciate the compliment, so. And I'll repay the compliment and say I wish you were into it more because it would be a great MNC.
Well, it would be
event.
Yeah, maybe when the X releases, you know, I'm hoping that maybe like the graphics bump, and maybe you can start a new character. And
lucky for you, Crap, I left my Titan character completely blank. I'm at 300 on my Warlock. I'm at like 290 or 295 on my Hunter. And then I left my Titan blank because I know there's going to be somebody who's going to be like, oh, man, I'd play it, but I don't have anyone to run through it with.
Yeah.
So if that's you, Crap, I have to get my third character.
Yeah, I just want to say that I came around.
You did come around, buddy.
He did come around.
Which is great. And Jay, honestly, Jay, you should speak to it for somebody that you were never anti-Destiny. but you weren't
No.
pro Destiny. So I mean,
No,
where do you
never
stand?
I never tried the first one, and then I heard all the hype. I mean, I think the reason why I didn't try the first one was because of a lot of the negativity that came from it, and I was one of those idiots that jumped on the Division, of course. And I did enjoy the Division for how long it lasted.
29 days.
Exactly. But what I do like a lot about Destiny is how similar it is to Halo. You know, like, it just goes to show that, you know, this team created Halo, and they basically made a clone of Halo, added a lot to it, added these MMO elements. I love the enemies. I love the shooting mechanic. I love the addiction you get when you want more weapons and better weapons. And, you know, like I was having a conversation with you yesterday, I was saying, you know, like, you keep striving to get that one weapon that takes everyone out with one hit. You know, like, that's where you're going with all this. And it's such a fun game, and the environments are great. You know, it's a really good game, and I've been playing a lot of it solo. And what little I've played in multiplayer, that's been just as fun. So, if people are afraid that they don't have a lot of friends to play it with, I don't think that's really an issue with this game, because I think this game can be played solo and still enjoyed.
Yeah, I agree. Hey, and Jez just dropped the code. So if you guys were wondering, he dropped one in the chat. You guys.
By the way, that's one way to distract Mooch. You put a free code out there. I'm like a cat with a ball of yarn right now, trying to figure out that missing letter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever seen that Will Ferrell skit?
Yeah, I know.
That's me. That's me right now. I'm like, you know, I'm doing A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
Thanks to him, Predator, and Yard Stomper. They all donated in the super chat, which
that's
is pretty
very
cool. I've just turned that on just the last few weeks, so it's been cool to see some people kind of support and things like that. And going back to the other guy who was talking about Microsoft with Mixer, I wish they would allow you to do content. But let's be honest, the reason why so many people use YouTube is because it's the largest outlet. So even though some of the rules and some of the changes, I expect that some of the changes that people are going on, it sucks for like small YouTubers for sure, but I expect that they'll probably relax on some of these eventually. What you guys have to remember is, we're all the rules and things like that. Like, if you go back to, like, I'm a big Bubba the Love Sponge fan. Back when there was that wardrobe malfunction at the Super Bowl, the FCC started cracking down on everything, and that's when he lost his job. And then everybody started tightening the things or whatever. Like, nowadays, like, I can remember back in the day, you weren't allowed to say the word dick, like call somebody a dick on TV. Now you can just do that on every show, right? Like Family Guy says it. You know what I mean? Like, you can say that on TV. So I would expect that YouTube will have to loosen up somewhat, you know what I mean, if they want to keep their content creators. But the bottom line is, there's not another viable outlet, right? Like, Mixer is great for streaming and stuff, but there's not a big audience there, you know? It's just not like, there's not. It's easy to go, hey, well, that's like saying, you know, I'm like a WWE fan, and I liked it when there was real competition, and there is none. You know what I mean? Like, they own everything. WCW, ECW, they bought it all out, right? So there's no competition there. That's kind of a bad thing in my opinion. Like NFL football, you only get Madden, you don't get another choice. Right. You know, like it or not. You could say, well, I'm going to go do this, but at the end of the day, that's not going to work out for you because there is no other viable option.
Agreed.
So,
I mean, I think you're kind of talking to it to a certain extent, Crap. But one of the things that I think that we should talk about was that caller's last thing. I think that Mixer needs to go directly. Is there any way that you'll ever see a marriage there between Mixer and YouTube?
No,
right? I mean, they're rivaling each other, right?
It's a rival company.
Yeah. The problem I have with that is, I will say this much. So, like, we streamed the other night. You know, I don't mind it being like, you know, when you stream on PS4, it goes right to YouTube.
Yeah.
So, like, bing, bang, boom, it's on there. It is what it is.
Watch out for the Mooch and Crap Star Trek Bridge Crew stream. That's going to be
fun. Yeah, wait till that comes. By the way, you were off. I checked. It's funny. The only game that even I might consider grabbing on VR is, you said it was $20-something on sale. It is on sale, but it's still $39. So
no, Star Trek Bridge Crew is $24 if you're a PS Plus subscriber.
I am PS Plus.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's like $24.
Well, let's not do it during the show, but afterwards we'll take a look at it. I thought I still saw it for $39 on sale from $50.
That's how much normally it is. It's like $39, but it's on sale for like $24.99 or something like that.
Anybody who wins Jez's code, let us know who won it and let us know what it is. I'm always excited to see a code drop in the chat. That's very cool. Something we don't do very often on this show. We usually do them on the Wheel of Wonder.
Yeah.
But always good to see a code get dropped.
Yeah, 100%.
We should probably take another voicemail, Crap. We only have 75 left. Yeah.
Yeah, a million of them.
J-Dubs.
Let's do it.
So we have a new caller. He goes by the name Bread or Decide.
Okay.
Hey, Mooch and Crap. My name is Bread or Decide. I'm actually a recent patron, and I had a question for you guys. You haven't talked much about Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. What are your thoughts on that game? Love the show. Keep it up, guys.
Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. I have not played that, so
yeah, not many have. To be honest, wait now, hey now. Sorry about that. No, that's not a crack on the caller by no means. It's just a matter of like I've said this, and that Crap. Tell me if I'm wrong here, but isn't that game that's a fighter game, right?
Yeah,
it's a versus match. It's another Killer Instinct. It's another Injustice. It's another Mortal Kombat. It's another fill in the blank. Listen, I don't know how many games can you give $60 to just because it's got a different skin. That's my problem, guys. I don't understand this. I still see some people playing Injustice too, and man, I sit there sometimes and just stare at the actual like list of people playing it. I'm like, why are you guys still playing this? Like, I loved Street Fighter 2. I love Super Street Fighter 2. I love Mortal Kombat when I was a kid. Like, to say I'm going to come home and play 6, 7, 8 hours of me versus Jay or me versus Crap. I like the tournament that Danny Boy set up back in the day with was that Mortal Kombat, Crap? Yeah, it was. That was great.
Mortal Kombat. That
was great. And I tip my hat off to him for doing that and maybe using Arena next time. That was awesome. But to be honest with you, like that's far and few in between, and that's only a couple of minutes. I showed up for my match, played for 10, 15 minutes, and then I was like, oh, I'll see you next week if I win again. If not, forget about it. Yeah. So I don't know. It amazes me how many people I know that are 25 and above still jamming out to that, and they'll buy multiple games, right? Injustice 2 when they just bought Mortal Kombat. That's the same game. It's just now you have a cape.
Cape Mega buys all those, and he buys Tekken 7. What are you talking about?
There's Tekken, right? There's Tekken as well. That's right. Like, I'm like, come on, guys, it's the same game over and over and over again. I don't know, but that's apparently that's a me problem. I don't know. That, my friend, is a you problem. It is, Mooch. You're right. It is. That's a me problem. I don't know. I just don't see how people can play that game for countless hours. I know what they say, different strokes, different folks. I get it. I mean, I've sat here and tried to talk people into Destiny for a long time. They don't like it. They don't like it. I understand that. But then, people are like, screw you, Mooch. I'm not playing Destiny 2. Now, if you'll get out of my way, kindly, I have Halo 5 to get to. And I'm like, what? I mean, that's what I don't understand. What I'm telling you is I don't like Injustice 2, but I'm also not playing Mortal Kombat. I'm also not playing Street Fighter 5. I'm not playing Tekken. See, I'm not playing Killer Instinct and then going and playing Injustice. I'm not playing any of them. So, I mean, that's my whole thing is people are like, oh, screw Destiny 2, okay? Now, somebody get me another fucking aim-down sight shooter I got to get into. Give me Call of Duty right now. And I'm like, I don't understand why you'd want to play Call of Duty and Halo, but you hate Destiny. I don't understand that. But that I said, that's one of the wonders, the eighth wonder of the world, Crap. That's what that is.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know. Boggles my mind.
Who do we got on deck, J-Dubs?
Yes.
We have Braveheart Gamer.
This is Braveheart Gamer, getting in touch with MNC Mornings from the battlefields of Scotland, where I'm fighting those vile ponies and defending our gamer score. I want to ask Mooch and Crap what they think the chances of the Xbox One X giving Xbox a lead in the console sales for November, December, and into the new year. This is Braveheart Gamer, and I'm out.
Could that have been any more from 1986 or what? That was great.
What was his question?
Will the Xbox One X boost console sales? You know, it will. That music, boy, that's great. All I could think of was like maybe something like I don't know what it was from. I don't know.
You can take my console, but you cannot take my freedom.
Which would have been great if it was actually like a war theme music behind it. But that was something right out of like, you know, a commercial between Knight Rider and like, you know, the Facts of Life. I don't know what was going on there. That was an 80s flashback, but I appreciate it. I think the Xbox One X is going to do very well. It's going to do better, I think, than most expected. I think you're going to see 40% of hardcore Xbox fans go out and repurchase this Xbox. Meaning, the reason I say repurchase, they just bought an S, or they've recently bought an Xbox One Fat, and they're going to go buy again. And then you're going to get a lot of the people that jumped to PlayStation when power was the issue come back. So this is a big deal, right? And we're talking about some interesting things about how like the Evil Within 2 crap that's getting an Xbox One X update, but it's not getting a Pro update.
Yeah, it's
right?
Well, it's still listed as enhanced, so we're gonna have to see how that goes. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's not listed as enhanced for the Pro though.
Right. I mean, that's you know, I myself personally, I think that could be something major. That could be something really, really major.
Well, supposedly the Pro is more difficult to actually code for and stuff.
It is.
So yeah, so I mean that could be a problem. And if you look at it, the Xbox One X is over 150 enhanced games right now, and it's not even out yet. The Pro has like 25, 30 less than that, and it's already been out since last November. That is huge. Like that is just going to get worse and worse. You know what I mean? So
right.
Yeah, we'll have to see. We'll have to see how that works out for Microsoft. I think it's going to work out extremely well for them. You know, it makes sense that it would. Yeah. So, hey, we're almost to 250 likes. Hit that like button, folks. Let's do it. As we take another voicemail, because we got who is this guy, Jay?
He's a new caller. I don't even know how to pronounce his first name. Daft Tranter.
Okay.
I like new callers. That means there's more people joining us, which is fantastic.
Hey MC Mornings, I'm just wondering, this is my first time joining your watching your live stream or listening to your live stream when I'm ready for my channel. My question is, what do you think Microsoft's going to do right this time with the Xbox One X? And when do you think the original Xbox backwards compatibility is going to get released? Just only asking, because I always been wondering about it since you announced it, and I am looking forward to it. So yeah, I'd run Xbox Live if you want. Call 14, L Spot as 1. And can you give me a shout out to CH Gaming and the Trant Show? Cheers.
What was his question? Jay, did we have a question in there?
Yeah, I'm not totally sure.
Well, let's play it again. I want to give the guy. He's a new caller. I didn't pick up his question.
Okay. Well, he did have a little bit of an accent. I think it might have been hard to make out some of it. So let me play it again.
Well, we've had worse accents or heavier accents, so that wasn't bad.
Hey MC Mornings, I'm just wondering, this is my first time joining your watching your live stream or listening to your live stream when I'm ready for my channel. My question is, what do you think Microsoft's going to do right this time with the Xbox One X? And when do you think the original Xbox backwards compatibility is going to get released? Just only asking, because I always been wondering about it since you announced it.
Oh, okay.
Xbox and I'm looking forward to it. Okay. So yeah, I'd run Xbox Live if you want. Call 14, L Spot as 1. And can you give me a shout out to CH Gaming and the Trant Show? Cheers.
Okay, so he was asking about what do we think they're going to do, right? Well, I think the fact that they're not going to be mired in resolution nonsense and having the best multiplats, I think those are two things that are going to be right. Yeah. Also, I just think the fact that Phil Spencer is a gamer and heading up Xbox, I think that's going to help as well, instead of trying to go with the whole TV angle, which they could have snuck that in later if they wanted to.
I'll attack the second part of the question, crap, where he talks about back compat. This is a me problem. I don't really care about back compat as much. That doesn't mean I don't want it there. It's great. Like I said, it's like that option in the car that you don't use, but they're like, hey, you know what? We'll throw that in for you. You're like, thanks, I guess. I don't necessarily need that, especially when we're talking about OG Xbox. I mean, we are sitting here weekly, folks, and we are talking about countdowns to the Xbox One X. We're talking about 4K textures, 4K lighting, draw distance, faster load times, okay? We're talking about new games coming out. We're talking about games that we have in our library currently that we bought in the last 12 to 18 months that are getting the X treatment. Does anybody really want to go back and play a game from 2006, 2005, 2004?
I do, but I could be weird.
Notice Crap said that and an echo emerged from YouTube.
Yeah. Well, no, listen, I'm excited to be able to play some of these games. You know what I mean? Like I mess around.
It's an option. Give me options, right, Crap?
Yeah, I mess around with backwards compatibility. It'd be cool to actually be able to record stuff through HDMI, original Xbox games and stuff like that. You know, because I do like Throwback Thursday stuff. So I think in that aspect, it would be absolutely cool to be able to do that. And so I look forward to doing that. I like it because everything looks and runs better that way. So you get to like the other day I did footage. And even my footage is still pretty good because it's HD. I did a launch original Xbox game called Munch's Odyssey, and people were DMing me, "What's that game and what platform?" I'm like, "Hey, it's Munch's Odyssey from the original Xbox." That's how I recorded it. You know what I mean? Still looks good. You know, people like you have to remember that came out in 2001. Some people might not even have been alive at that time that are on Xbox now, or they were very young. You know, and the same thing even with some of the 360 stuff. Like Gears came out in 2006. You know, if somebody was like 5 or 6 at that time, now they're old enough to play the games. You know, so they might want to go back and be able to play all of them. And the fact that you could get into Gears and play all of them on the Xbox One is phenomenal.
Crap, but here's the problem, okay? There was silent movies back in the day, and there, you know, black and white movies, and all these things.
Those still like black and white movies, man.
Stop it! Just
dude, I watch It's a Wonderful Life every year.
Great, yeah, of course you do. While you're fucking in your tryptophan coma of turkey. Listen, that's a you problem. Listen, I got news for you. Nobody's listening.
That, my friend, is a you problem. Tell him.
Damn it, Mooch agrees with Mooch. I need another Crap Gamer one.
Get me out of here.
Something.
Get me out of here.
Como estás, bitches? There we go.
Finally, there's Crap. Crap. Here's the thing. There's a lot of great classics. There's a lot of this and that. The minute I got the SNES Classic, I plugged it in, brought the kids over. We kind of all jammed out.
We're
playing
great time. You were like,
woo! We did. We had an absolute blast for 2 hours. I still like it to a certain extent, but the kids wanted to move back to Xbox. They're like, "That's great, Dad. I'm going back to Destiny." My point being is this, okay? This nostalgia stuff is just, it's too powerful.
Nostalgia is a hell of a drug.
Mooch is so on topic today.
Man.
Bless him. But you know, the thing I'm saying is, like, I think, like, when you say like silent movies were great and this and that, nobody wants to watch Charlie Chaplin. Nobody wants to watch this stuff.
True.
Nobody, Crap.
People would love Charlie Chaplin, man. What
an American hero.
An icon, man. I tell you.
Yeah, there's the Wright brothers and then him right there.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, the whole thing behind it is nothing against Chaplin. I'm just saying, like, that's just not what people want to do. I think we're all talk. Listen, we all see what we're right. We're all talk. Listen, I go on. We all see. Don't we all see each other's what we're playing? I don't see anybody on my friends list. Nobody on my friends list is playing, you know, Top Gun.
Well, okay? You wouldn't be able to see them.
What do you mean I wouldn't be able to see them? I can see them if they're playing a back compact game.
Well, yeah, but Top Gun isn't a
I'm joking. I went as far as I could go. You know what I mean? I could have said E.T. My point being is that, like, nobody's playing these games. They're just not. Like, when someone said I played an older game, they're like, I'm like, what'd you play? They're like, Witcher 3. Oh, okay. You're real vintage. You know, it is what it is. I'm just saying, like, I just think a lot of people say this. Look, somebody in the chat, Fox Mulder, goes, "Don't mess with the chap."
See, you're finding out, man. People like some of those older things, man.
Yeah, no, listen, it is what it is. All I'm saying is, folks, listen, options are options. If anyone's listening, I'm not saying I don't want OG Xbox. I'm saying I'm not going to use it. I'm not. This is a me thing. I'm not using it. And I'm willing to bet that 95% of you are not going to use it.
I'll use it.
It's a nice service so that all the...
Now, listen, I agree with you, but let me tell you why you're wrong.
Man, this segment is totally mooching out. I love it. But yeah, I mean, that's... Oh, crap. Let me be positive here. And I kind of wish Mike was still here. Something mooch is coming around. I am coming around right now. I am loving the new UI. Crap, I can't believe I'm...
You were complaining about it
the other day. Well, I just got it yesterday. I was watching Rand's videos, and I was watching all these other people that did great videos on the UI, and I didn't like what I saw. But let me tell you something. I'm really enjoying it, and let me tell you why I am. I really like that I can customize that homepage to the certain games I'm playing, and it opens up the entire Game Hub. Now, Game Hub means something now, folks. Because now you take The Witcher 3 or The Evil Within or Destiny 2 or anything you're playing right now, you set it to your home pin, and when it's on your home, everything comes up. Your friends that are playing it, recent videos, achievements. It's really great. And then you can pick like somebody, there's like 2 or 3 people you're playing Destiny with right now. You can put your friends right there. You can see what they're playing, what time they got on that day. It's really cool, and it keeps you completely in tune with your friends and your favorite game. So bravo to Mike and his crew. I think the UI is fantastic. I will say this much.
I'll agree with you as well, Mooch. Like, I just got the update the other day, and I'm really liking it as well.
Yeah, and now my only confusion, and I watched the video. The extra step that bugs me, the only extra step that bugs me now is if you go to friends, okay, so you hit the illuminated Xbox button, then you go over to friends, which is very fast, and then you say, I want to invite that friend. So you now click on your friend, opens a window. Then you hit the invite, opens a window. Now, if anyone's listening from Xbox, I would like to just be able to push to the right and go back to my TV, whatever I'm playing or watching. No, what I have to do is I have to hit B 3 times to get out. It's like you have to click your heels 3 times to go home.
There's no place like home.
There's no place like home. There's no place like home. There's no place like home. And after the 3rd time you say it, you're back in your bed with the ATM. Listen, I personally think we should be able to push to the right, and get back to our home screen or whatever it is we were enjoying previously. It's an easy fix.
It runs much smoother, I will say that.
Here's a quick question. How many whenever you're doing this, are you normally wearing a headset?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, then why don't you just use Cortana to do it?
Stop it. Stop it. Somebody issue Jay a pink slip.
Oh man.
No, there's no. Listen, I do have my Kinect hooked up, but Jay, that Cortana, like when I talk to Cortana, that's like me talking to somebody.
But you don't need Kinect. You just use your headset.
It's just not working out. It's just not working out.
You two are breaking up.
Yeah, me and Cortana broke up. Yeah, it's not working out. I can't do it
separating.
anymore.
One of you guys are keeping the kids.
Listen, you know what's funny? The X is coming out. I'm gonna end up. I have the Project Scorpio edition that I'll keep upstairs because that's the showpiece, and then downstairs I'll have the other X. And I told the kids on their Xbox One S that I would give them the Kinect. They're excited because the kids all have. They all do like Just Dance and what?
You're giving away your Kinect
to the kids. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you were giving it away to some random person.
No. The kids are excited about it. They're gonna play there's just like Just Dance and these other games that all these other people, like the whole neighborhood, everybody's got to connect. They all use it for those games. That's fine, Dandy. But my affair with the Kinect is over as of November 7th, 2017.
Breaking it off. He's done breaking it off.
Listen to that. Bugs up on the top there in the chat. It says press guide button again, Mooch. It'll close the guide. I did not do that. I will try that. Like I said, I just got this new UI about 24 hours ago, maybe 48 hours ago.
Because my new Xbox wasn't into that. I was like, oh no, I was freaking out. I was like, why am I getting this? Because I could have sworn I got out of that program, right? I was happy.
Yeah. I gave Cortana. It's not you, it's me speech. It's over, folks.
Yeah, like I don't know. For me personally, I don't use the Hey Cortana, but I still use the I removed it back to the Xbox. Do this or do that. Xbox, take screenshot or whatever. But actually, instead of screaming at people when I'm online doing something, for now on, I'll just like double click the thing and do whatever. You know what I mean? Like whatever. It usually works either way. So, but let's go ahead and get some more voicemails in. Who do we got? We got Triple Cup on Jack.
We have Triple Cup.
He's up.
Triple Cup Chuck. And he's up.
He's up. Yeah.
What up with your crapping Mooch and J-Dub? This is your boy Triple Cup Chuck, and I'm up. And I finally got the opportunity to call in and talk about this amazing game called Cuphead. Oh, but first, before I talk about Cuphead, I want to give a shout out to She-Wolf. She made my avatar for my Cuphead for my YouTube channel. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that, man. I love this gaming community that we have. But anyway, though, my question for you and Crap and Mooch is not about Cuphead, but it's about Cuphead. All right, look, check this out. Which was the hardest side-scrolling game that you ever had to play? Like mine would have to be like Mario 3 when I was a child. You know, like Country, any game that you go from, there's a side-scroller. Anyway, though, this is your boy Triple Cup Chuck, and I'm out.
I would say it's either Super Ghouls and Ghosts or Ghosts and Goblins for me, side-scroller. And Super Ghouls and Ghosts is on the SNES Classic, and it is glorious. It is glorious. Let me just go ahead and say that first and foremost. Fantastic having that, but that would be the one that I would pick. Triple Cup.
The hardest one, huh? Man. Is he saying like the hardest old school one?
Well, he said side scroller. I mean, you can go as far as Ori if you wanted to.
Cuphead and Ori are both incredibly difficult. Both games I'll never ever be able to beat.
Come on, crap. I mean, listen, the thing with Cuphead, I'm on the second island, the second world. I'm taking my time with it.
I get a little bit of time, but you can get frustrated, and then I go back to it, and then I get frustrated. But some of those bosses, just like I don't understand. Like maybe I just don't have the reflexes like I used to. But growing up, I never had problems. Like I whizzed through Mario 3 even as a kid.
Well, it's funny here. You got Irrelevant Native in the chat. It's not that people don't play old games. That's something new. NES Classic came out. But like in 2 years, I'm not going to be like, what do you mean? The new game came out yesterday? No, I'm going back to the NES Classic. I don't know about you guys. Fuck that game. No. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying people just don't really get into the older games like that. Like you have an OG Xbox. I have an OG Xbox in my house. I have the games that I'm going to play right there in front of me. I don't turn on the OG Xbox. What, you think because all of a sudden I can put the disc into the Xbox One X, all of a sudden I can't wait to play it? I mean, you're fooling yourself.
It does make it easier though.
It makes it easier, but like
nostalgia
I said,
is a hell of a drug.
It so is.
I need some of my own
new ones,
man. Don't I have any other ones, Jay? Come on, rack them up. Oh, well, there we go.
I'm glad Irrelevant Native now is. He goes, all right, I got you, Mooch. You son of a bitch, which is great. Which is sounds
You're some bitch.
Some bitch, which is great. That's our Merle and earlier our Merle and Daryl segment.
Hey Daryl, go get some batteries.
Merle, pick up that gas tank, Merle. The video game, damn it. Yeah, I don't know. For some reason, can we?
Hey, there's trouble down at the cement mixer with my old cousin Merle.
Yeah,
and Geach, our smell hound.
Yeah, Carl's got his left hand stuck in the windmill. Merle. Help Carl. I don't know. For some reason, we can't get a good Walking Dead game. I don't understand. Everything's already written. Everything's written.
Yeah,
it's like copying your friend's homework in English.
Well, again, like what they need to do with some of these games is incorporate the Telltale stories and games that have great gameplay too. Because Telltale stories they're like not really heavy on the gameplay, but they do tell great stories. That's why I even like Tales from the Borderlands better than the Borderlands games.
And I'm glad you bring that up, crap. I can't wait. It's one of there's a few games that kind of just get me excited. I don't really have much of that this fall. There's a lot of great games I'm looking forward to, but games that you say I'm like excited to jump back into. Borderlands 3 can't come soon enough. I am so jonesing Borderlands 3. That was one of my favorite games to play. And it's not because, don't get me wrong, the story was good. The enemy Jack was great. Handsome Jack was great. All that was fantastic. But I just missed the 4-player co-op in that world that they created. I love that world that they created.
Never even played through the second one or that. I have the Handsome collection. I've never played through it. So
if you want to jam out, crap, I mean, I'll gladly do that. It's one of those things where you don't have to do every side mission. I've beaten the game where I did it. I think I did 90% of the side missions.
Yeah.
But it's the game doesn't get old. The game doesn't get old.
You committed a cardinal sin there, Jay, with our next caller. We'll have to see, but go ahead and play it. Long time fan of the show.
Yes, without the oops.
What's up, Mooch, Crap, and Jay? What's good? Y'all already know it's your boy, Def Jam Bam. Question for y'all. What game do you think will have the bigger release this year as far as sales go? Call of Duty or Star Wars Battlefront? I'd like to hear y'all opinions on that. And how is it that the Xbox One X is about to come out in a month, but they got 100 and I think it's about 130 games that's going to get the 4K treatment or enhanced treatment, and the PlayStation Pro been out about a year. How many enhanced games they got? About 90, 98, 96, somewhere around there. You would think the Pro would have had more by now. What's your opinions on that? Until next time, peace.
No seagulls. I'm very sad by
very
this.
sad.
I was messed up because he usually calls for them, and that's my cue to actually go in and edit it, but he didn't call for them. So
well, I actually want him to be like, he's supposed to be our Marianne from Brooklyn, so he should have seagulls through the entire, like the whole every time. He should
Yeah,
be like.
I mean-
I'll send Jay the clip from Stern. He's you just play his. You can put a seagull whenever he's talking. It's great.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'll tell you the truth, Crap. What do you think? I'll let you handle it. We've done enough Mooch rants today.
Well, what was his first question? Because
Basically, Call of Duty versus Star Wars Battlefront.
Call of Duty is going to win that hands down. Call of Duty is that's an institution.
I can't believe you just said that.
Yeah, Call of Duty. It is, man. Like, look, even when Call of Duty was bad,
Star Wars is brainwashing people.
No. Listen, Star Wars did good last time. What did that game sold? Like 15, 20 million, but still got beat out by Call of Duty. So Call of Duty's going back to boots on the ground this year.
Yeah,
So
I mean, technically you're right, Crap. Technically you're right, but I think that I think you're going to see a lot more people come early November on Star Wars.
I don't think so. I think Call of Duty's going to stick around. And plus that, look, you can go back on Black Ops 3 and still find a ton of people.
Well, wait, now, Crap, so you divvied it up there. You're right. You're 100% right.
Yeah.
Call of Duty will have the longevity.
Yeah.
Call of Duty is going to be, like I said this, Star Wars Battlefront will be extremely hot, a hot commodity from whenever it comes out, whatever it is, November 7th, 14th, whenever that comes out. When it comes out that week, it'll be hot from there all the way to about middle February. And then it's over. It's pretty much over. Like once you're all done looking at the glitz and the glamour and the shiny marble and all the, all that stuff that they have. Don't get me wrong, it looks great. The game looks fantastic. But Call of Duty will then take the flag and run with it.
Call of Duty always does. It's Call of Duty.
Yeah, it's Call
you
of
know
Duty.
what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah,
But I think you'll see more people playing it in the fall.
Yeah, well, it's hard to really say because I mean, obviously, I think Call of Duty is going to sell better, so it'll have the better longevity as well. But I still think that the fact that there's free maps this time around on Battlefront will help keep people interested longer.
Right.
So
right.
Yeah, it'll be interesting for sure. Let's see, we got who we got next on deck? Archangel Nexus. He's a Twitter follower too.
Yeah,
Twitter follower,
big time on Twitter.
Yeah, good guy. Let's roll it. Woo!
Yo, what's going on, Mooch and Crap Mornings? It's your friendly neighborhood Archangel Nexus, and I'm just calling with a question today. I have a friend that works at GameStop, and she always says that whenever somebody comes in and asks them, and mind you, this is after the PUBG news came out that it was probably going to go multiplat. She said that whenever somebody goes into her GameStop and asks her if what console they should get a game for, that when it's a Xbox exclusive, that she usually tells them to wait a few months to see if it comes out for the PlayStation, that to skip it, because supposedly Xbox doesn't get any exclusives. She said that it seems like Microsoft has worked more to convince people game-wise this gen that they don't actually need an Xbox to experience any of its games. So that's why when people come in and they ask her, well, should I buy this or reserve this Xbox game, that she says what she says. So my question is, what do you guys think that Microsoft's going to do about this kind of reality that many GameStops, I don't know, it seems to me like this isn't really just one GameStop. So what do you think Microsoft's going to do to counter this narrative that whenever a game comes out with the Xbox exclusive label, wait a few months, find out, don't bother jumping on it. Anyway, guys, great show, especially this week. Later.
Well, I mean, her saying that, I mean, is that just adds fuel to the fire. That's what we've been saying for years. It's happening in the media. It's happening. I mean, the casual market will start to dictate whatever the media says, right? These people are probably handed some sort of loose leaf piece of paper from their management to lead them more down the Sony line, because Sony does a lot more advertising within GameStop. All that being said, money trickles downhill, folks. So you're going to see that transpire onto people just in the game of telephone. So that's going to happen over and over again. As far as what they can do on Microsoft's end to make it, to kind of change the perception, is I've said this. I think 2018 will be the year. I'm calling it the year of the Phil Spencer flip flop, where he goes out and spends an allotted amount of money on marketing rights, because now he's got the most powerful box. He's going to want to show that power.
He's going to need to step up, because Sony's already got a lot of the marketing rights locked down for next year to Call of Duty, Red Dead 2. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not sure exactly what else there's going to be, but if Phil's going to get up, he needs to get up and start locking down some of those things.
Yeah, he's got to lock some stuff down. He's got to do it quickly. I mean, that's a good point, Crap, that, Red Dead 2 is already Sony. I mean, you've got to start to spend the money. You've got to stop with the unity candle. Stop burning the candle on both ends and saying, everybody's peace, love, and game anywhere. That's just not gonna fly. It's just not gonna fly. And I think they realize that now. So now the proof is in the pudding. Let's see what they do at E3. Let's see what they do. They also have to show us at least 2 or 3 new first party. You notice I'm being a little hard here. 2 or 3 first party games have to be shown at E3. I'm not saying they have to come out next fall. I'm not saying they have to come out in 2018. Yeah. But they need to show us 2 or 3 new games that are probably going to release in the next 18 months, come from E3 moving forward. And that's fair. That's fair because when Phil and company came in and they said, hey, in 2014, or I think it was Albert Pinello that said in 2014 is when they started to come up with the concept and move, into high gear with the Xbox One X, Scorpio, if you will. You can't sit there and be like, hey, guys, you got the greatest piece of hardware in the world. And then somebody like last week was like, oh, shit, we forgot the games. That doesn't really fly with me. So somebody's got to be working on something. And if for crying out loud, you don't have any internal things working out, you've got to go buy somebody. I know I hate saying that because that's such a layman's term, such a novice thing to say, go buy a company. I mean, it's not as easy as that, first of all.
Hey, go buy a company.
What
are you doing?
Somebody, all right?
Yeah, go do something.
Buy something.
Buy something. Yeah.
Help Merle out. I mean, but it's funny, crap. I was noticing one of the first icons that just boom popped up when I launched Evil Within yesterday, Evil Within 2. Was Havoc, the Havoc engine. And, Microsoft went and bought them, and Havoc's, they're making money.
Them. Yeah,
go buy Havoc. Buy something.
Havoc, yeah.
Buy me lunch. There's a lot of things that are, it's not as easy as just go buy them, but they need to do something. You need to do something. You can't have, look, I don't think Days Gone is going to be a 9 out of 10. I think it'll be a solid 7.5, but you've got that. Then you've got all the marketing.
I think it's going to be a 6.5.
Well, it could. I don't know. We don't know enough about it. I mean, God of War is probably going to be good.
It looks like a discount. I don't know, discount. It looks like all their other games.
Yeah, it looks like a discounted version of their other. But you know what Sony does great is they'll go ahead and do that discounted
everything according
version.
To the media.
Right. Yeah. No. But I mean, I think Days Gone will surprise you, crap. I think it'll actually be a decent game. I really do. When Sony has time, and they do have time, because this year they had so many games coming out that weren't first party, and then the marketing rights and all this other stuff. They had time, so they were able to push Days Gone back and back and back and back until it's really, really polished.
Hey, Ray Beretta on Twitter says, I think Phil should try to lock down Anthem. Like, here's the thing.
Well, that's not going to happen.
That's a BioWare thing. That's an EA thing. It's a new IP. They want this to be a hit. They're going to release that on many things as possible. Right. The things that they could try to lock down for console exclusivity anyway, it would be something like PUBG. That would be perfect because it's not known. It's not out. You know what I mean? It's not a big company. Microsoft has a lot of money. They have both Windows and Xbox that they could do. You know what I mean? They can say, hey, we're going to do crossplay. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. We're going to help do this.
Of course, it stays on Steam. It's fine.
Yeah, like that's fine. Like I think if they're going to put stuff on PC anyway, you might as well put it on the store that works. You know how many people I see say that the Microsoft Xbox store or Windows store or whatever doesn't even work? And like there's all kinds of down. You think Cuphead would have been the success that it is if it was
if it didn't get PC support
on Steam as well, because it did over 500,000 on Steam. So and so obviously did well over.
But I'm okay with that crap because
I don't care
that's
either.
Microsoft's platform for all practical purposes.
It is. Hey, we got a good friend we gamed with the other night on deck. Okay.
Oh, let's hit Space Cat up. Great gamer.
Hey, what's up, Moon Crap? Space Cat here. I was just wondering, do you guys have any games that come to mind that you are surprised aren't getting X enhanced? One on my list is Prey. Very strange that one's not getting X enhanced. Keep up the great work. Okay.
He kept on slapping me around on gears, man. Then I started headhunting his ass. I was just like, man, I got to go after that Space Cat.
Yeah, Space Cat. Space Cat he's not a big talker.
Yeah, he's not. I was just like, damn you, Space Cat. He just come out of nowhere, just start like smacking you around. Games that I'm surprised that aren't getting X enhanced. Well, it's about 100% sure now that Call of Duty World War II and Destiny 2 will get enhanced.
Yes.
I'm trying to think of a game that isn't getting enhanced that probably should. I don't know.
Well, I mean, I'm glad you brought that up. I mean, anyone that's holding on and still saying, I'm not getting Destiny, I'm waiting. Stop waiting. What are you waiting for? There's no reason that budget.
We're looking at you, Xbox junkie.
We're looking at you, junkie. We love you, buddy, but you got to get on there. If it's a game you want to play, go get the game, enjoy it, because let me be honest with you. There's no way that anyone could have been following these gaming streets, these gaming news articles, this gaming everything we do, and not know that Bungie's not going to be the only company to come out this fall and not have the X enhancements. They would look terrible. It's terrible PR. I mean, I don't care if Sony sold more Destiny 2 copies than Xbox. They haven't sold that many more, not in the States. It's probably fairly close. You'd upset, half of your United States customers, probably everybody else. Come on, it's not going to happen. Just doesn't make any sense. And plus, Bungie's working relationship with Microsoft has always been very good. Okay, if they had a bumpy road, that was ages ago. That's not the
I would
case
like
anymore.
to see, even though it would be maybe Sunset Overdrive and patched with some HDR or something. I think that would be cool.
I'm afraid that if Sunset Overdrive gets HDR, we're actually gonna have to wear sunglasses at night.
Yeah.
Somebody cue that 80s song. That would be overload. Okay. You wouldn't be able to, but it is what it is. Jay, let's take another voice call because we're getting close to the 2-hour mark, but I do want to hit more voice calls in.
Sure, we've got Monkey Punch.
Well, we started a little bit late. We actually
I can go late. Don't worry, my Giants are on 5. I've got all day. I got all day, folks. I'm here for you.
Oh, we got an offensive line down here, Eli.
Yeah.
Let me get down there.
Let me get down there then, Yeah, I'm here for you guys. I'm here for the gamer, okay? Yes.
Okay.
Hey, Moosh, this crap. This is Monkey Punch. I got a question. I was wondering, will you think there'd be more Super NES minis on the way? And great show, guys. And can't wait to hear your answer on it. Bye.
Yeah, there's going to be more on the way, crap.
Yeah, they're even bringing back the NES Mini.
Right.
So that's going to come back next year. So, yeah, who doesn't like money?
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I haven't met anybody yet. I mean, I think it's gonna be. It'll be back. I recommend people who have Ouya's get one. J Dubs. I don't. Somebody said something.
Jay!
Out to me. Somebody said something out to me. Somebody said something to me today saying, "Hey, Mooch, my son hacked the SNES Classic, and he was playing a game that's not on there. I don't even know how you would do that. You gotta love the kids these days, right?"
Yeah, the kids, they're crazy, right?
Hack
Crazy
everything.
kids.
Myself personally, I just don't have I'm not like, hey, look, I have an hour free. Let me hack this mofo. No, I mean myself personally, all I do when I have an hour free, I'm like, oh, good, maybe I can defeat another enemy in Cuphead. I cherish that hour way too much to sit there and try to become one of the Batman evil sinister villains and hack things. I for some reason that's just not how I like to spend my time. But I think it's cool if you can.
Yeah.
I have a quick question for you guys since I never ask questions.
Yes.
So in Cuphead, do you guys find the run and guns harder than the bosses?
No.
No.
You don't?
No, they're challenging to a certain extent.
The bosses, but they're easy to pick up because they do the same thing. The bosses change up what they do.
The bosses, not only do they change up, there's some parts where there's just absolute pandemonium going on the screen.
Yeah.
I mean, there's, that one that, just to give you an example, the one where it's the woman that's like she goes into the house and like a gumball machine comes at you, then a chocolate waffle, and then a candy corn. And I mean, it changes like 3 or 4 times in that one fight, and everything's all over the screen. I did find the one perk, and I don't remember the name of the perk, but you know how you can parry when you hit that the
sugar cubes.
Yeah, the sugar cube. Well, there's one of the things you can buy from the shop that allows you don't have to double tap. You just need to jump on top of it.
That's the sugar cubes.
Oh, that's the sugar cube. Thank you. Yes, that's it. Thank you. And when you do that, it automatically starts to earn you towards that mega blast. You know what I mean? When you hold the B button in, right, Jay? So I think that's a really smart tool to use. I don't use the smoke bomb very much. I do use the my main weapon. I use, of course, the long distance blue shooter that comes with it, but I also got the 3 red triangles at close range. I use that. It's hard, man, but you got to really be in the jumping. And like Listen, you know what I love about Cuphead is getting me ready completely. This is like my my Rocky warm-up theme game, right, to my Super Mario Odyssey about to come out in a couple weeks.
Yeah, I played the level yesterday in the carnival where you end up fighting the hot dog at the end of the run and gun. I must have tried that level 100 times, but the great thing about Cuphead is you don't get frustrated. You basically, when you die, it's like, I'm getting them this time. And then you die again, and I'm getting them this time.
That's
and
it.
You keep going back and keep going back. It's so addicting in that way. That's
No, it really is. It really, really is. Phantom Beat in the chat. He goes, I can't parry for shit in Cuphead. It's just great to see people's frustration, right, Crap?
People are breaking their controllers over this game.
It's a phenomenon.
But it is a huge success. Hopefully, they can actually get started. Making a sequel, maybe with some more funding and some more people to get it.
If Cuphead Girl's listening, the producer there, who's married to the lead developer, listen, if you're listening, immediately take your week off that you deserved. Take 10 days for all practical purposes on Moch. Take 10 days.
Yeah.
And get back to work, because Cuphead 2 needs to be more of the run and gun, I think. I'd like to see more run and gun with bosses at the end of them.
You know? That would be great. Just do more all
With a
running gun with
midpoint.
bosses at the end. Yeah.
Yeah, with a midpoint, so that way you still have to Mario style, right? That's the way Mario and things like that. Contra were like that.
They definitely need more save points.
Well,
like
if you're gonna do a run and gun, Jay, with an enemy at the end, that's when you do it.
Yeah, definitely.
That's when you do that. Yes, I agree.
We got an old friend on deck that we haven't heard from in a while.
Hamwich. That's right. We've got Hamwich.
Morning, guys. Morning, Jay. Morning, Crab. Morning, Mooch. This is Hamwich. I'm just calling in. I haven't called in a while. Been pretty sick here lately. About to have my gallbladder taken out, which is going to be awesome. Can't wait for that. So, yeah, I just got a quick question for you guys. Been watching a lot of y'all's videos and chats, even though, this stuff's been going on. And I'm pretty excited about playing on the X, especially all these enhanced games. Which title that hasn't been announced as being X enhanced? Which do you have a specific title you would want to be added to the list that hasn't been announced yet? I'm not really sure. I have any, because they've pretty much nailed all the ones that I would like to play. But I was just curious if you guys had like one in mind that you know hasn't been put on the list as far as being X enhanced that you might think will be, or that you just want to be added to that list. Anyways, you guys have a good morning, good rest of your day, and yeah, see you guys.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, obviously, just Destiny 2 and World War II, Call of Duty World War II. Those two need to get confirmed like ASAP.
I think he means like older games, like people are talking about like Sunset Overdrive,
like Sunset
Rise.
Overdrive, Rise. Yeah, those would be. You know what's funny though? Rise has a 4K version on PC, so that would probably be really easy. Supposedly, one person did the enhancements on
maybe Dead Rising 3. Crap.
Yeah, I mean that would be one too. Or well, apparently Dead Rising 4 is getting enhancements. So
well, the reason I refrained, I thought about 4, but 4's a little bit more cartoony.
Yeah. So
I think the HDR would look great, but I don't know about the 4K textures. I think the 4K textures and HDR would look insane on Dead Rising 3.
I can't argue with that point right there, man. That's 100% accurate. So for faux show, and hey, Hamwich, feel better, man.
Hamwich. Yeah, Hamwich is in the chat. He goes, gallbladder's out now and it sucks. Hey, he just wrote in the chat. It's great. Hamwich, hope you feel better, buddy. But here's the good news, man. Look at when you're. I know people have their gallbladder out, dude. When you have your gallbladder out, you know what it is. You're bedridden for a while. So game on, bro.
Hell yeah, man.
I expect to see you at the top of the achievement fucking number list on my Xbox, buddy. I don't even know if I have you. I got to add you.
Hell yeah. Let's go ahead and speed to the next one. We got Fury 1386.
Speed.
Hi, Motion Crap. This is Fury 1386. Today, guys, I come to you with a theory. The theory is that what if Microsoft was going to jump to next gen with the One X, and people at Sony realized that if they allowed Microsoft to jump to next gen, they would have been completely slaughtered. So, in order to keep Microsoft from jumping to next gen, they came out with the Pro. a pretty much half-assed system that could do, in theory, some of the things that the One X would provide, but they wouldn't require the same amount of R&D and effort that went into the One X. Because I think this theory is valid, because if you look at historically in the Xbox One 360 era, when the 360 came out, it was for PS2 and the OG Xbox. Games such as Bioshock, Mass Effect, they all came out within that 1 year period, and Sony got slaughtered because gamers are going to gravitate where there is more power and there's more games. If the One X had come out like a next gen system this year, the PS4 would have been history. There is no competing between 1.8 teraflops and 6 teraflops. Yeah, you can compete with 4.2 teraflops and 6 teraflops. So, is there any weight to this theory? Did Sony actually pull Microsoft's leg so as to keep them in this generation and so as to avoid the debacle that was PS3? If so, I would like nothing more to hear from you guys. Thanks, as always. Bye.
Did you understand a lot of that, Mooch?
I didn't. I really didn't. J-Dubs, you got anything?
Well, what I'm gathering from what he's asking is that do you think that because Sony labeled the PS4 Pro not a next gen but an upgrade,
yes,
that it kind of forced Microsoft's hand to basically say the X is not next gen, it is just an upgrade? But
no, they always said that it was a mid-gen refresh, and what's funny was Albert Pinello kind of addressed this recently, where he said they weren't reacting to anything. This was years in, this was years in development, so they had no idea what Sony was doing. Sony had no idea what they were doing. They just both had the same idea because technology happened to be evolving more towards 4K in the middle of a generation, and so that's what they did.
Right.
Personally, like, the Xbox One X is good. It's a 4K machine. Even if Sony were to come out with something in 3 years, it's still just going to be a 4K machine. Right. So I think that now's the time we'll start to see these things kind of slow down. I wouldn't actually expect much in terms of upgraded hardware for, I know it sounds crazy, but probably 4 years or so. At least,
I would say 20. Yeah, so you're well, crap. We kind of went back and forth on Xbox Nation.
I would say they might. Yeah.
You
they
said
might
2020 was your thought.
2020 or 2021.
Right.
They might announce something in 2020, but I still think maybe 2021 is when we see something, because if this is their quote unquote mid-gen, then you got their first the first 4 years are with the X and the S, or the S and the launch one, and then the second half of the 4 would be the X. So that's just how I think. The thing is, though,
they can't. I think what Microsoft's going to do is march along and prepare for the next gen, just like everything's going to, everything's swimmingly. But I think they're going to let Sony come out and put the date on it. I think they'll let Sony do it. Why not? Let them do it.
Yeah, but they can't rush it either. You know what I mean? Like,
no, they're
Sony's
not going to rush it.
Theirs, so
they're not going to rush it. But Sony's not going to. Listen, here's my point. My point is this. I think if you ask Microsoft when would they like to have their next one come out, they're going to say 2021. But I think with the PS5, with the PS4 being pushed against the wall and taking 3 years of hard heat right now, with being way less, they're not going to be. They're losing the superior console thing for 3 years. That's a long time. So I think Sony's going to have a PS5 out in 2020. I do.
Yeah.
So I think Microsoft's going to say, here's what we're doing, guys. Be ready for 2020. Be ready.
They could. Hopefully.
If Sony says 2021, good for us.
Yeah. I mean, I could see that. I mean, well, I guess we'll see. Who else we got on deck there, J-Dubbies?
We have a new caller named Dylan.
Dylan. Are you sure it's a new caller? We get Dylans a lot.
A lot of Dylans.
Maybe it's a popular name. I don't know.
Mooch Crap Jay, how's it going, guys? I just kind of wanted to give you a compliment. I don't hear much on the show from call-ins, but the level of production value that MC in the Morning has compared to, let's say, any other podcast out there about gaming is pretty amazing, and you guys should keep it up. Mooch, iPhone X, day one, let's go.
Maniac, Mooch Maniac. First of all, thanks for the compliment, Dylan. That's awesome to have you call in. But yeah, no, in all honesty, guys, we are creeping ever so close to that iPhone 10, and it will be a glorious day. Listen, you know what I'm excited about is Apple's notorious for making us, the East Coast completely gets no respect. I feel like I'm doing a Rodney Dangerfield.
No respect.
No respect. No respect, Merle. No respect. The thing about it is, I honestly think that we have no respect because we're gonna have to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning to do this. But when I get up at 3 o'clock in the morning, you get up at 3. You get up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Crap, you cut out. I didn't hear you, so I apologize. But the 3 o'clock in the morning thing, like you get up, order the iPhones, and that day is October 27th, and that is going to be a glorious day to get up early and just jam out on, like I said, Mario, Wolfenstein 2. All these games are coming out. And it's going to be a great day to be a gamer or a phone owner. How about that? Really looking forward to it. Really looking forward to October 27th.
Yeah, I don't really care about that. So
no, you don't.
We got Dirk Diggity on deck.
Diggity.
Mooch, Crap, and Jay, what up? This is your boy Dirk Griggity here. Hey, I was just listening to MSC in the mornings, and there was a guy that called and said his GameStop, by his house or whatever, isn't doing midnight launching. Well, I guess that's GameStop, because I was just talking to a district manager at the GameStop by my house, and he said what they're doing is a little bit different. He said, one, they are doing at midnight, and he said the Project Scorpio edition got between 12 to 16 consoles per store, per GameStop, and like this guy, he's over like maybe 7 to 8 GameStops. He's a district manager, and he said, but with the standard edition, what they're doing, they're just taking pre-orders, and they're going to stop taking pre-orders on a certain date. I'm assuming sometime in October, because he said that even he doesn't know when they're going to stop it. So I'm not sure if this is working the same with other stores, other department stores. But he said with GameStop, that's what they're doing. They're just taking pre-orders, and they're going to stop taking them after a certain date. So I was like, yeah, I don't know. So I guess people, maybe they don't want it to be selling well. But it doesn't matter. It's going to sell well, and I'm hyped for it. Well, anyway, fellas, hey, one quick thing. If you guys want a good laugh, listen to BGST E3 2015 reactions. Oh, my God. To hear Zaire cry and whine about, come on, Microsoft, where's my Joe Montana? Where's my Joe? Oh, man, that was the funniest shit ever, man. Oh, just knowing what we know now. Well, anyway, fellas, keep doing what you're doing. Peace and love.
Yeah. Yeah, that's funny, like listening to some of the older stuff. I was right on for a lot of those things or whatever, and it's always good to hear from Diggity. Appreciate that. I think that where's my Joe Montana? He does that too. Where's my Fable? Where's my this? Knowing damn well that if it ain't like NBA 2K or whatever, he's not gonna play it anyway. So nothing but love for that guy, man. Hopefully he's back on BGST, because he didn't do last week's show. I did it.
No, don't forget, man. A lot of people always forget next gen. There is no Mooch. There's no crap without next gen. He was the man that started everything. And I'll be honest with you, he is still the most entertaining guy ever on YouTube. The Xbox community.
Some of those BGSTs were hilarious, man.
I
remember, man. Everybody was so bummed out. That's how you got into BGST in the first place. I was like, yo, dude, you want to do this? All these other people are like negative, man. And you were like, oh, you were high up on the thing like I was.
Well, yeah, man. Like, I mean, to be honest with you, like, not to go down memory lane, but real quick, I mean, the whole thing with the Xbox One launch that everybody still says is one of the worst things in the world. There was nobody more excited than me when the Xbox One first, like when he talked about it. Even the TV. I mean, we all have our Xboxes hooked up to our television set. How crazy is it? That's the one thing, okay? Yes, I've said goodbye to Kinect, but I have not said goodbye to using the HDMI in. Yeah. I use that every single day. I love that my TV is through the Xbox. Like, I cannot fathom. And even if you go, Mooch, I am not into the TV thing. Fine. Hook up your freaking laptop. Hook up your PS4 to the HDMI in. I don't care what you do. The fact that you can switch over so quick that's insanely useful. Yeah. I don't understand how people don't like that. I mean, myself personally, I miss me and Crapper going back and forth about this with the new UI. The new UI is extremely snappy. Extreme. We've been saying this every time a new UI comes out. But, folks, this one is snappy. This one's really, really great. Yeah. There's no lag anywhere. But I miss Snap. And that's fine. I know Snap's not coming back. I'm not asking. But I wouldn't mind picture-in-picture. I wouldn't mind a small, picture-in-picture of, like, live TV. Like, so it doesn't take up a quarter of my screen the way Snap did. I'd love to be able to watch a football game and play a game.
I used Snap a lot, like especially during hockey season. If I wanted to listen to a podcast and watch the hockey game, it was perfect for that.
Now, I will say, Jay, the picture-in-picture is much better than the way Snap was. Snap had that huge vertical line where the TV was in the top right and the rest of the screen was completely wasted. So I would prefer a picture-in-picture, which they can do an overlay now. Overlay's easy.
Yeah,
exactly.
I could see that. I remember there were leaks that they were working on picture-in-picture, and then Mike was like, "Yeah, if you want it, go ahead and
he's like, go ahead and recommend it to us." And I'm like,
on it.
Yeah, that means it's not even in the works. My thing is this: do an overlay. I don't care if the TV quality's coming in 480i. I don't care. I don't care if it's partially transparent. It doesn't have to be like 1080p or 4K TV coming through. It just make it as shitty as possible, but not grainy. But I mean, make it as good as you can, and we'll go from there. But it's a useful thing, and it really puts you on the map. Because don't listen to people that are over there in the gaming news in San Francisco. It's 68 to 75 degrees every day over there. Every day. It's about to be 20 below zero in 38 days in New York. We watch TV over here in Pittsburgh, in New England, in New York, in Vermont, Connecticut, Maine, all the way from Baltimore up. It's freaking cold. So, give us a break. You know what I mean? Like, we're not all the people that put our consoles in our backpack, get a coffee, and head off to work. We don't do that over here.
And it's really cold in Nova Scotia.
It's outstandingly freezing in Nova Scotia. Ask the people in Buffalo if they put their Xbox One or PS4 in their backpack and go to their friend's house. They don't even know what you're talking about. Yeah. Like, people take their consoles out of their box, they put it onto their entertainment, and it's there till the next generation comes out. It doesn't move. But people in California are like, well, that power brick's a pain in the ass. Can barely move to my friend's house. What the hell are you talking about? We don't do those things, and we do like cable where it's cold.
Mooch gets into a rant literally at the last hour. Right?
Sorry, man. Yeah.
Like, Mooch's rant was like when you're working fast food and you close, and that idiot comes through the drive-thru like 2 minutes before you're about to close.
And he's paying you a compliment, but you're like, listen, wrap it up, buddy. We're closed.
Like, come on, man. Yes. Yeah, you got to go back and do that work.
God bless retail.
Yeah. Who else we got on deck there, J-Dubs? I know we got two more. We might as well pound them out.
Yeah, Dark Tuck.
Okay, Dark Tuck. Let's go. Let's go.
Hey, Mooch. Hey, Crap. Hey, J-Dubs. This is Dark Tuck calling from Holland. Had a quick question for Mooch, actually. You guys keep on pushing digital, how much you love digital games, but here in Holland, we pay like $15 more for a digital game than to buy it at the store, which means I could probably get the expansion or whatever for free if I would just buy it hard copy instead of a digital copy. So I don't know if you have that problem in America where you guys are from, but here I see no point to buy digital because it's always more. It's at least 10 euros. So I just wanted to know if it's the same there, or if you guys have the same problem, or if you just don't care that it's more expensive or whatever. Okay, thanks. Bye.
Well, I mean, over here, most times it's actually cheaper to go digital. Let me explain how. I can only give you an instance. I can't explain why. But I bought a digital code for a game at GameStop for a new game, and it was $60 even. Why wasn't it 64 and change with tax? I don't know. Maybe that was a fluke thing. I don't know. But anyways, what I'm saying is digital games also go on sale a lot faster here. Nice. Hey, look at that crap. Nice little, I don't know what that means, SEK 50, but that's an awesome drop you got there.
Yeah, I don't know what the conversion rate is on that, but thank you.
That might be the equivalent of a Chuck E. Cheese token, but I'm not sure. But anyways, no, what I was going to say was I think digital is cheaper. And here's the thing, and I'll call out my buddy Noof. Noof's a great podcaster. If you guys don't follow Noof Nukem, definitely follow him. But like Noof last night, I'm like, Noof, we're going to do a little Destiny? He's like, absolutely, bro, let's do it. I'm like, all right. And like how I gave Noof a California accent. And, so I'm like, oh, let's do this. And Noof's like, yeah, let's do it. All of a sudden, I'm like, me and Bammer, in orbit, we're waiting. And we're like, all right, we're waiting to go into Iron Banner. And he's like, be right there. I'm like, well, you making a drink, getting something to eat? He's like, nope, just switching out discs. And I'm like, holy shit, that's like if somebody said I'm going to put the heat on, and you're like, hey, did you put the heat on yet? And they're like, almost got the fire started.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think that you were going to switch over. If it's more expensive for you in Holland, that blows. That sucks. I kind of feel bad that you have to deal with that. But over here, it's either the same as physical or cheaper, right? I mean, crap. Within 2 weeks, these digital games are even if they drop $7. The CD keys, people got deals all the time. I'm seeing deals left and right for digital.
Yeah, it is. It's you can get digital deals all the time. Microsoft does just as good or almost as good as like Steam with their sales.
Yeah,
like they do multiple sales a year. Like Steam does the one big one a year or whatever. And if I'm wrong on that, my bad. I don't really follow Steam that much, but I know everybody freaks out about their spring sale or whatever. Microsoft does multiple, and every week they change up a big list of games that are on sale that you can pick up for a few bucks digitally. So yeah, absolutely. I for me, digital is good because I game share, so it's 2 copies of the game basically for the price of 1. So
yeah,
and you don't have to mess with putting the disc in and all that stuff. So
well, that's the thing, and I hate to be so like, what is it, first world problems, but I mean, the thing is once you get to a certain, I don't know how many of you out in the chat or the audience have a push to start car, but like now that it's 2017, like both my cars are push to start. I don't use a key anymore. So now sometimes I'll go to move like, an aunt or an uncle's car, something like that. We're at like a family get together, and they're like, "Here, move the car real quick." I'm like, "Yeah, no problem. I'll go hook you up." You go grab it, and they're like, "Oh shit, there's a key." Like, is putting the key in the ignition a big deal? Absolutely not. It's not.
Yeah.
But the thing of the matter is once you go to push start for like 3 years and you just put the key fob in your pocket and you don't do that anymore, now you just get to the car, you sit in it, you push the button, you go. It's the same thing now. Now you're on your couch. Somebody's like, I'm playing Cuphead. Someone's like, Mooch, we doing Destiny or not? We got to do that Nightfall? I mean, I hit the home button, I push down, and I play. Where now somebody else is like, hold on. You can even hear them breathe heavy. And I'm like, what the hell's going on over there? What's happening? Are you building something out of brick and mortar? I'm like, what's that? What's that noise? Oh, nothing. I'm just going to get this disc out and put it in there and take the other one out, put it away, sit back down. My leg hurts. I'm like, what the hell happened?
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah.
I understand.
Yeah, everybody sounds like they got a Charlie horse on the way to changing their disc.
I've been there though, dude.
Yeah, right? I think we're done with physical crap. I think it's over.
Yeah, I pretty much don't.
If crap went digital, you can all go digital. Remember that.
I like for me, like I said, just it's easy. I don't got to mess with it. I'll still get physical, like sometimes. It's interesting. Let's see. Crap knows Frost Eclipse. Crap knows just as much as you. Crap isn't some insider. Although I've produced multiple insider, and I go back and look, and I was calling it the Xbox One X 2 months before anybody else. But yeah, I'm not I never claimed to be an insider, but I just happen to know some people that pass along some information and stuff. So, and I pass that along. Sometimes I'm right, sometimes I'm wrong, but more often than not, actually right. So, that's good stuff. I was actually the one that was no, I'm not going to get into that. But anyway, we got one more. Let's go ahead and get the last voicemail done. I can't believe we've got all of them done, but here we go.
That's fantastic, crap.
Yeah.
Yo, Mooch Crab, what's up, guys? This is Dan from Florida. Well, now in Philly. Man, I can't tell you guys, man. I've been having a blast on YouTube the past couple of days, this whole week, last week. I'm out here defending Microsoft. Well, not really defending, just putting some facts out there about the X that's coming out. I seen people doing videos saying this, saying that. The biased media again, so I'm out here defending it, putting comments down and what's not. People coming at me, and I'm going at them with facts, giving them L's and L's and L's, pretty much, it's been fun, man. I'm not lying. I never know how it was going to be this fun, just giving people straight facts and letting them know, look, man, what you're saying ain't right. You need to get your research correct, man. Can't be getting paid top dollar and not be able to doing the research and know what you're saying. So I'm out here, man, just laying some facts down against these biased medias. You know what I'm saying? Just telling them, do your job right. Do your job. You might be fired soon. Do your job. Just saying. It's been a blast, man. Like, for instance, Red Dragon did a video about PUBG being, extended exclusivity to Microsoft, and this person put, Microsoft should stop buying up exclusive. You know what I put? Well, Sony do it. I said, what's the difference? You know what he said? He said, well said, my friend. Straight facts, dude. Straight facts. Like I said, man, if you're going to do a video, get your facts right. I'm coming after you. Bye, guys.
Yeah, you know what's great? He sounded like, by the way, great call-in. He sounded like one of those villains from the Arkham series. You know?
Yeah.
Hey, yeah,
Batman.
I was like, wow, woo! I'm like, that is great, man. That is an animated caller. By the way, I want Dan C to call back in with some more news. That is great. Great call-in, Dan.
Really good
I want
call.
to play Dan's earlier on too, because that's how you spark a show. But no, I mean, he's right. Listen, a lot of these the gaming media sites, you're seeing a lot of them go by the way the dodo bird. It's kind of coming to an end. You're seeing, the IGNs and the GameSpots, these bigger outlets. They've got a little bit more in the reserve tank, so you're seeing them last. But they're not going to last forever, and a lot of it is because now they're kind of like the fake news for gaming media. You know what I mean? You watch. I used to love GameScoop. Probably one of my favorite things that IGN used to do. And now GameScoop is just, instead of GameScoop, it's just what's going on with Sony. Or I miss Sony, don't you? Where's Sony? You know what I mean? I do. Me too. Oh, so glad we shared. I'm so glad we're sharing 3 people on a 2-person couch. Can they get that set furniture any smaller? I mean, for God's sake, have you ever seen them? When they're on those couches, like their knees are touching each other. Like, guys.
Well, it was okay because Alana and Naomi did a Evil Within 2 stream yesterday, and they were sitting pretty close. Yeah. So that was...
well, while we put up our Halloween decorations, I'm sure the whole family would like to watch that.
I'm sure. Yeah. Oh, you know what's so funny? Well, you can't because she has you blocked, but Naomi Kyle went in to get her hair dyed blonde, and it came out brunette by accident.
Oh, that might work in her favor, though.
No, she looks super different, dude. She looks much better as a blonde, trust me. And I'm not even a big blonde fan.
Well, you know who was really the star of IGN, and you got to really applaud her because she got the hell out of Dodge in a hurry because she wanted to be credible. Was Jessica Chobot? She did the original Fix, and she was.
Then she had like a kid and stuff.
She was by far my favorite, but now she's very, very much. She does. I can't remember what is it.
Insiders, she does the Nerdist thing or whatever. Yes, yeah. Yeah, she also does like battle bots and stuff like that. So yeah, it's
shout out to her, great gaming girl that like knows what she's talking about. I really value Jessica Chobot. I follow her on Twitter. I think she knows what she's saying. She got involved in some of the production of a game. I think she was a co-owner of one of the games that came out. It was something very similar to Outlast. Didn't do very well, but good for her to be a part of like really getting in there and grinding it out and doing the gaming business right. So hat off to her. Wish more people would follow her footsteps.
Absolutely. Now let's roll out the Wheel of Wonder.
The Wheel of Wonder, folks.
Bam, bam, bam. Oh, there it is.
God bless. God bless the 70s and 80s. You got him in presentation mode there, Crap? Yes, you do.
Yes, I do. There he
Love
is.
Jay when he presents.
You're going to win some kind of code. I don't know what it is because it's just a code, but it's a code.
Let's get the code. Yeah,
Jay, let's roll that wheel, J-Dub.
Spin that wheel.
Spin it.
There you go. I used to love when the senior citizens used to spin the wheel on Price is Right. Remember that?
They couldn't even get it all the way
They
around.
couldn't even get it a quarter of the way through.
Tried to get it to
Bob would yell at them.
Who's going to win?
It's
okay.
Space Cat.
Even though I swore he'd never win again after he smacked me around on gear.
Nice work, Space Cat.
Congrats, Space Cat.
We'll get you a code. You'll see a code in your inbox, your DM shortly.
Absolutely. Now, make sure you guys hit that like button. Jay, can we do the Mooch and Crap theme song into the outro because we haven't heard that in a while, and I love the theme song.
Of course we can.
And we should let everybody know. Please.
Oh yeah,
we appreciate the Patreon. We're doing the Xbox One X giveaway.
Yeah, the Patreon. If you guys want to donate on Patreon, please do that. We're giving away an Xbox One X. There's a gleam in the link below in the description. It says Xbox One X giveaway. Click on it. There's 17 entryways now.
No, there's 16.
16, excuse me. Yeah, so there's 16 different ways. You can enter 16 times. and it's going to be absolutely fantastic. We're going to give it away. It's going to be amazing. You're going to get an Xbox One X possibly. So please enter and enjoy. You guys have a great, fantastic day.
And just to let people know that I'm coming up with new ways to enter all the time. So keep coming back often, and you may be surprised, and there may be another way to enter.
Absolutely. So we hope you guys have a fantastic day. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for the support, Patreon, all that kind of stuff. There's definitely going to be an MNC XOXO this week.
Yes, absolutely. Hands down for our Patreon members. And we'll also have, I believe we're going to do a rundown for next Sunday. So.
Yes, we will have a rundown.
Lots of hot topics as we get closer.
Yeah, lots of great stuff to talk about. Trust me, it's going to be fun. Hit it, Jay. Woo!
Enjoy your Sunday.
Mooch and crap, they talk about games and no drama smack. Search the web for media ties to catch these ponies in their lives. Look out, here comes Mooch and Crab. Are they bots? Listen up, they have Mountain Dew in their blood. NeoGaf, Xbox Threads, Crap's got 10 dog all over it. Hey there, here comes Mooch and Crab. From a tweet of Phil, Xbox hate will arrive like the Scorpio. Mooch and Crab, but just in time. Mooch and crap, zany gaming dual mooch and crap. YouTube game is their core. A thumb in is its reward to them. Xbox is one big hangout. Whenever there's a game out, you'll find mooch and crap.
Wake on up, it's Mooch, it's Crap, and Jay in the morning. Wipe your eye boogies, get your coffee finished yawning. This is Mooch and Crap Show. Wake up, let us begin with gaming news, skits, and call-ins from all the fans. No matter where you at, Cali or Pakistan, New York or New Guinea, this is where it's at. These are Xbox dudes with Xbox views on slander and hate towards Xbox news. This is Mooch and Crap Show for the people, and they coming with it. Now do you understand? Now do you get it? Ponies love to lie and PC fans won't admit it, but Xbox hate is real and they all with it. Call in, let it ring in. We here to rock, we here to win. It's about the games, it's about the pride. Now Xbox community, come on, let's rock. Mooch and Crap, make sure. Make sure and crap. Make sure and crap. Make sure. Oh.